The adventurers, weary and tired from travel, seek refuge and perhaps a nice bed. They find the township of Whiteridge and smell the sweet scent of baked bread. As they reach the entrance to town, a sweet smell on their nose of sugar in the air. A feeling of wonder and excitement as they enter into a midwinter's nightmare. Passing through the silver marches and traversing the cold woods, and past the spine of the world, you find yourself exhausted and in need of rest. And as it happens, you stumble upon a small town, surrounded by white-tipped mountains, a sweet smell hitting your nose. Several chimneys send an array of spices and baked sweetness your way. You can taste sugar in the air. As you trudge through the snow and get closer to the town, the sweet taste in the air sticks to your skin. Your wet shoes stick to the ground a little as the powdery white from the peaks floats around you. As you stick out your tongue and catch some, you find it's not snow, in fact it is actually powdered sugar. The sign at the edge of town welcomes you to Whiteridge. You begin to stroll through the town, consisting mainly of what looks to be bakeries, when a man in a red jumpsuit sees you and at the entrance and comes running over. Oh, hello! Our first guests for the winter celebrations. Or are you lost adventurers in need of some rest?
Both.
Lost adventurers and celebrators, I see.
I celebrate getting lost.
Well, then lost you are, my friend, but found. Here we are as well.
Oh my gosh. Red jumpsuit guy's drunk as hell.
You're going to love this place. You smell it? That's the sweet scent of the holiday season upon us.
You said sugar. What's this white powder really? Because I'm getting a vibe.
It's the town where Khajiit grew up.
Do you guys have any swans around here?
Why is that your voice so often as well? Do we all have
Which
default
one?
voices and I only notice your two?
Yeah, like, mine's just my straight-up Aussie bloke. I love it.
Yeah.
Because I can throw it anytime I want. Because it's basically just me with a bit of grizzle on top.
Yeah. Fair.
Well, you've just beaten the first busloads of tourists. They're due any time now. For tonight, we celebrate midwinter with our grand show. You absolutely must come and join in later on, but for now, please indulge in our bakeries, relax. You look like you need some downtime after your journeys.
Yes, it's been 5 years in hell on a horrible island.
5 years of walking in a straight line.
From an island.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough out there. When you...
Nearly drowned.
That walking was real hard.
Yes, as I was saying, you should have a look around at the bakeries. They're kind of our thing around here, as you may notice.
What one would you recommend go to first? Man really wanted an eclair right in his mouth hole, like just... Where would you go?
Specifically an eclair, you say? Oh, there are so many to choose from. I'm just having a look at my list inside of my brain.
Ah, yes, the brain list.
Brain lists. A good place to start in this town and get yourself an eclair. Well, you guys need to relax a little bit anyway, so I would say a good place to start might be the Sweet Beet. Or maybe the Dough Below.
Oh, yeah, the dough below sounds a bit of alright.
And then after that, maybe take a walk down to Baked. Really, you should just have a look at a few. Some of them are very specific, like tough cookies. You're not going to find any eclairs in there, but oddly specific needs, some of them.
Do they have cookies at all?
I believe yes. You're a very observative one, aren't you?
Yes, observative indeed.
Well, If you need me, I'll be around. I'm sure you'll be able to spot me in my red jumpsuit. Wink. Bye! And he just starts skipping away.
Hey guys, did you realise that he just said wink? He didn't actually just wink at us though?
I don't think we have to stay here. This town's weird. Can we leave?
But weirdos usually have more shit we can steal.
I do like that. I mean, I do like that.
That's the spirit.
Alrighty, so you guys take a stroll down the main street. The streets are quite wide, even though there's no carts or horses passing through. You see a couple of passers-by smiling at you through toothless grins. Someone about, probably you'd guess about 20 years of age, just human, gives you a bit of a toothless smile and then, "Welcome to Whiteridge, enjoy your stay," and then just sort of keeps strolling on down the street. And then you're at the door to the dough below.
All right, I'm just going to head right on in.
All right.
But I'm going to be quiet about it. I'm scoping the joint.
Okay. What are you guys doing as we have?
I'll just follow him in. I looked at the toothless guy like, wow. Hopefully his man is very happy. Yeah,
Are there any children or animals in this town?
Give me a perception check as you sort of look up and down the street.
I roll a 6, and I also have +4 perception.
Okay, so a total 10. You're looking up and down the street. You don't see any at the moment. You're not sure if maybe when you arrived into town you might have seen a kid sort of walking around, but you're not 100% sure at this point. You just see a couple of adults sort of holding hands, walking down the street, just talking about the good old days when they had teeth.
Okay, I guess I'll go in. I don't want to stay out here, it's creepy.
Alright, so we've got one person sneaking, the other two just entering. Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Alright, give me a stealth check. Jace,
usually
as
how
you
it
go
works when you try to
sneaking.
get somebody in on a situation they weren't invited to. Hide in the closet.
That's how you
I
do it.
rolled a 19.
Nice. You very carefully turn the handle on the door and just very slowly open it. Even with the creaks of the door, you feel them, but you don't hear them. And then you slip through the crack of the door as soon as it's wide enough for your body to slide through. And very sneakily slide over to a shelf nearby. And no one hears you or sees you.
Even though he's 8 feet tall.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what race are you, Jace?
Asama, I think is the pronunciation.
Not what you'd think subtle walking down the street. That's cool.
Yeah, no, I'd like to imagine that I'm about, 7 foot or so tall. Pure stealth. So what are on these shelves around me?
So you duck down, and you guys are walking straight in after? Is that the plan? Okay. So as you duck down, you put your hand on the shelf to sort of like settle yourself and lower yourself as low as your 8-foot stature can go. Somehow you're still hidden from view. And then you look over at the item that you've got your hand on, and it's just an 8-foot long dong that is made of bread. And then as you sort of grab it and hold onto it and you like realize what it is, the door opens up and our other two enter the bakery as well. And that's when the shopkeep looks up and is like holding 2 phallic shaped pastries, one in each hand, and then like excitedly like squeezes one and like custard comes out and he's like, "Oh, hello there.
Things
Welcome,
are finally
number
looking
one.
up.
What was that noise?" As you say it from behind a shelf, he's like, "There's someone lurking in my shop."
This place is so crummy.
Get out.
Welcome
Someone's
to the
stabbing.
dough below. Anyway, what can I do for yous?
I would like to see your longest and hardest loaf, please.
Alrighty then. This one comes all the way from Neverwinter. You know what I mean? Wink.
I don't, but
Yeah.
I like it. It's
Oh,
intriguing.
you're about to find out, lovey. You're about to find out.
Always
Came
cold
from-
like some of those products that they sell.
Look, the inspiration came from a succubi that I once knew. Quite inspired I was, so I made this after its image was brought in front of me.
Shouldn't it be an incubus?
No. It inspired me, if you know what I mean. And then he ducks down under the counter and produces a what looks like a French breadstick with just strange curvatures across about a 12-foot length.
Is this
Describe
shopkeeper
the
single?
curvatures.
Did you say 12-foot length bread?
Yeah, it is a
So
12-foot length of bread.
So it's solidly longer than Jace is tall, and it's bread.
Yes.
Okay.
And he just like lifts it up from under the counter and just plonks it down. It is quite hard and crusty, like a French loaf is, and it has some strange bends, as I was describing before. So it doesn't just like wave like an S shape; it's just all over the joint. Yeah, it's a wild thing. It's a wild piece.
What's the shopkeeper doing later?
I might be enjoying the festivities in it.
In it.
Would you like to
What kind of
taste it?
festivities? What kind of festivities we got?
Oh, we have the Midwinter's festival later on in it, in town.
Yeah,
in the-
that's
in the
all
square.
well and great. You can tell me the name until your head falls off, but doesn't matter until I know what's actually happening.
Well, we're a baking town. We're all about that sweet stuff. You know what I mean. Anyway, yeah, it'll be a bit more of that, won't it? A bit more of this and that.
So it's like being in here, but out there.
Well, yeah, except you probably won't see as much of this as you do in here, out there. That happens a bit later on in the night, if you know what I mean.
You see
Wink.
the inside later in the night.
Yeah, alright, you got me intrigued.
That's how it is.
So, how much for one of those custody boys? One of the squirters?
Oh, the custody-filled ones?
Yeah.
For you, my friend, that'll be 2 silver.
Yeah, alright, I'll chuck one your way. Or two,
Alright.
you know?
And he catches it slyly, slides it straight into his pocket, frisbees over the phallic custard-filled pastry.
I'm going to try and catch
treat.
it in my mouth.
Oh, go for it. Roll me a dex.
19.
You catch it, tip in the mouth.
Yes!
I wrote these in, but I didn't expect it to go this bad, this quick, but it's there. It's okay. I don't know why I wrote them in if I didn't expect this to happen.
It's the yeast of my expectation.
Oh my god. The next
You did
one's going to
this.
cost you a d4 of psychic damage.
We should enforce this as a permanent rule.
Totally.
All shit puns cause psychic
Did you
damage.
see the names of the stores? He started this.
Yeah, but the DM can't take damage.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
I reckon
Damage
he
my
could.
soul?
He's the DM. His soul's already damaged.
That's right. That's why I'm the DM. I'm never the player. And then the gentleman reaches down under the counter and grabs out another, of course, phallically shaped item, and looks over to his lady companion, Elara. He's like, "This one's for you, sweetheart. It's on the house."
I love this town.
He hands it over. It's much smaller than the one that Saint Dave grabbed.
Okay.
Yeah, mine's bigger.
Sometimes it's what's on the inside that counts. That's about as deep as it gets for me. We'll talk about depth later anyway, but you should try it. He's progressively gotten way creepier. Even his voice has changed.
I love it. I'm all about it.
I don't know if I feel comfortable biting this loaf in front of all the boys.
Do it. Let me watch.
Okay.
He'll get soaking wheat.
Roll a
Oh my
d4.
god. D4. Straight up.
It's all gone awry.
That's 2d4. You're gonna die before you even begin.
Which is not a surprise for me. And one!
Okay. Seriously?
I'll take it.
You
Started with
deserved
40,
more than
that's
that.
fine.
You deserved more.
Yeah.
Alright. What else are you guys doing in here?
So, what else is around?
Gluten
Like,
intolerant. I'm out.
like, is there anything of value, or is it just a food store?
Oh, I think there's a lot of
Yeah.
value.
Give me a perception check as you overlook the room.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Or an investigation if you're actually going to peruse the shelves specifically.
Yeah, I could do an investigation.
I'll
Yep.
just stand here and loaf around.
14.
Another D4, you son of a bitch.
Come
I heard
on.
that one. I don't know if anyone else caught that, but I got it.
Oh, I did.
What do we got? 14?
Yeah.
Alright, so you start to run your hand around the shelves and start picking up, maneuvering items, trying to find anything else of value. You don't find anything except for one specific phallically piece that is kind of, it doesn't feel like it's bread or sweet pastry, and it feels heavier than the rest.
Is it stale?
I don't know.
Is it edible?
Hey, cause a distraction over there.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna take that loaf and start really going to town on it.
What,
Welcome to
the
Basement
12
Discourse's
footer?
Christmas special.
Do I have to roll some sort of charisma to see if it's sexy or not?
Yes,
I feel
you'll
like
be.
it's just about performance.
Yeah, you'll be totally rolling a performance check.
That or a survival not to gag on it.
Or acrobatics. Depending on where you're...
Why did I put this one in here?
Why'd you put any of this in here? You had to
I'm
know
not
this
sure
was
why I
gonna
put
go
that in
this
here.
way.
And while she does that, I'm going to try and steal the valuable pseudo bread.
Alrighty, so give me a sleight of hand.
So 19.
Okay.
I rolled a 16, and I don't think I have anything extra about performing, so...
Okay.
Same.
So you jump up on the countertop and grab hold of the 12-foot curvatured long.
Curvatured. You've decided to
French
drop phallic
breadstick.
now.
I've said it enough, so
Yeah.
and you start
Officially
to
bombed the channel.
try and do some sort of a weird, alluring show. Unfortunately, he gives you the eyebrows, and he's like, "I've seen this song and dance before, my love." And then he looks over at our friend who's currently trying to jam the the item into his pocket. So I rolled a 19 as well. So he's just straight up like watched you do it and was not interested in the show itself. Right. Well then, this is awkward, isn't it? Caught you with your pants down, so to speak.
Can I just
Yep.
flip him some coins?
It's not for sale, mate. You see a price tag on it. It's not for sale.
Yeah,
That's
why did
nice
you think I
on bread.
pocketed it?
You've hurt my feelings now. You've really hurt my feelings. And he starts to cry.
Okay then, and I'm just gonna walk out.
With it?
Yeah. What's he gonna do about it? Cry more?
Can I just tie him up?
In this shop, yes.
He starts to bawl, and you just... All right, give me a strength check.
Alright, he's gonna...
I'm going to do mine with the disadvantage because he's currently
19
crying.
plus 1.
All right, I got a 6, so... you very, very quickly just grab him by his wrists, tie his wrists behind his back. Well, you tell me how you tie him up.
Gonna jump the counter that I assume is there because it's a shop. And
Correct,
just
yeah.
pin him to the ground on his face, shove some bread in his mouth so he can't make any noise. And then I assume he's got string for like tying together baked good things. And just tie
Not
his
using
hands
a
up.
bread knot is disgusting.
I thought about it, but I thought he'd just break out of it too easy. So we don't want him rising to his feet too quickly. So I'm just going to tie him up and then...
That's a D4, surely.
Yes. Fuck. This is unfair considering how many the fucking auto thing put in. 2.
All right, you jump over the counter, which currently has our lady friend Elara trying to straddle a 12-foot bread stick. And
I
then
don't think that's what she said, but sure, escalate that.
it's definitely it's always escalating. And then and then you tie up the store clerk who never even had a chance to introduce himself, and he's now on the ground with a breadstick in his mouth.
I didn't say I used that one, but sure. That's fine. That works.
I said a breadstick. I didn't say the breadstick.
You said her breadstick, I think.
No, I
you
said a
said
breadstick.
Oh, I heard
I'm keeping my
her. I was
breadstick.
like, damn. Yeah, that's fair. She's
Wow.
keeping hold of that thing.
You keep the 12-foot breadstick.
That's right.
Cool. All right, so he's tied up. We'll just leave him there, I reckon, and just leave. That's why I put him down on the ground. No one will notice him with the bread in his mouth. We'll come rescue him later, maybe.
So I'm gonna
Okay.
sneak down a little bit of an alleyway. Like I'm assuming between these shops, there's sort of little alleyways where they dump all their garbage and whatnot. Head
Yep.
down there and have a bit of a proper sticky beak at this here suspicious bread.
All right.
Suspicious bread is the weirdest. Like, it's so D&D.
Suspicious bread. All right. Give me a roll. What are you trying to work out here?
What it is and if I can fence it for anything of value.
All right. So just give me an investigation as you sort of turn the bread over in your hands. You try not to obviously break it open, I assume, because
22.
Probably 22. Nice. So you very carefully handle this bread. You know it's got some sort of worth because of the weight and for the fact that it wasn't for sale. It looks very clean, tidy, neat. You're not really exactly sure why it would have any value to the shopkeep. It's about a 4-inch long phallic item, so it's nothing too crazy. Yeah, you're not 100% sure why it seems to have value. It does just feel like a baked good at this point. You're unsure.
Okay, so while I'm down in that alleyway, I'd like to have a bit of a look around and see if there is anywhere that I might be able to stuff that bread loaf. Like the bread of suspicion.
Okay. It
Just
is
so
quite small, so it's not that hard to hide. I'm not sure if Elara's going to also attempt to hide the 12-footer or not.
I have an idea for
She
that.
walks out the door.
Oh god.
The door sort of closes like halfway on the 12-footer. She's trying to walk out across the street. All right. So you give me an observation. Yeah, give me an observation check. Perception on that one. As you look into the... Where's my observation stat?
14.
All right, cool. The alleyway is quite short. It comes to a dead end. There's like graffiti on the walls and stuff. and right near it is like an American-style trash can with minimal waste inside. There is that option. There are some mounds of just icing sugar sort of laying around where they've just sort of drifted and settled. That's
Yeah,
about
I'm just
it
going
in
to
this
chuck it in the
alleyway.
bin, I think.
Shouldn't we consider breaking the breadstick and seeing if it's got like jewels inside it?
If you want to come over here and try, that's on you.
Just gonna stay outside the alleyway and pull my bow out because I don't want none of this.
D4.
Yep, definitely. Oh my god. I almost didn't
That's
get
almost
it.
a D6.
It almost slipped through the cracks.
4.
It's just for some reason the ranger in the group just progressively looks worse as time goes on. It's like the town is poisoning him from
It's
the
not
inside.
even my fault. It's a no-brainer.
Fucking hell! You just don't want to play tonight. I get it. I so get it.
2.
All right. So you're heading around into the alleyway with your 12-foot bread.
I'm limping with my 12-foot bread.
Nice.
You know what I mean.
Third leg in it.
I don't think I do, but okay.
So I've got an arrow knocked in the bow, and I'm just standing outside this alley looking around this weird, not quite snow fucking street for some reason.
Elara, you slide down into the alley with your 12-foot bread. It's so long it's touching one end of the alley and it's actually still poking its end out on the other. Like, it's not that long an alley.
Can I just like kick it further in?
There's crumbs just going all over the ground at this point. And Oliver Prince, you've got your bow notched ready for any action standing at the corner. And then right next to you, the man in the red jumpsuit's like, "What's going on? What are we doing? What's happening?"
Jump really high because that scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, go for it.
Just fucking.
Just FYI, I rolled a really high stealth just then.
Yeah, you did. Gosh damn.
Definitely way past your passives, that's for sure. So
Yeah, I think I was passive of 12. So.
how was your first visit to the doe below?
Exceeded all my expectations.
He looks down the alley at you, just standing on the other end of the alley with the other end of the... Oh, you're probably about midway, I guess. You're probably balancing it on your shoulder or something.
Yeah.
Which is there's this like 12-footer just sort of like seesaws on your shoulder tops. Looks like you guys had a good time.
What are you doing here, man? I thought you were just like the gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper. Well, I guess I do see people at the gate, but some might call me the mayor.
Are you the mayor?
Yeah, some might.
Or do people just
all
call
might.
you the mayor? Is your name the mayor?
Is that a
Some
nickname?
people call me the mayor. Other people call me...
Eight
Scrolling
clicks
out.
later. Yeah.
Thorn Ironelm.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm Saint Dave. They call me Saint Dave because I'm a saint and I do nothing wrong.
Oh, well then I guess there's nothing to see here, is there? Give
No,
me a
carry on, mate.
persuasion. Give me a persuasion.
That'd be a 6.
He looks you
Can I
over,
go?
he looks at the items in your hands, he's like, nothing to see here then, and walks away. Well, he
Pat him on the back and
hops
say,
away.
"Don't worry, you can crust us."
D4, motherfucker.
He's on a roll.
D4.
Yeah, I was gonna say she just said on a roll. Like, come on.
I
Also,
wasn't going to
your
do
whole
it, except
thing-
that it was definitely intentional.
Yeah.
But she's got HP to spare. He doesn't. He's nearly dead at this point.
Not at halfway yet. It's fine.
Jesus, oh my god.
I hope the BBEG is a challenge. just so he dies.
Nice. All right, so the mayor, aka Thorn Ironhelm, sort of just skips away up the street happily.
He's a strange bloke.
What are you guys doing with your pastry items?
You wanted to break it, didn't you?
I kind of want to break it. It's your bread. I don't want to disrespect your bread, but I kind of want to break it.
I may have paid nothing for it. So...
Can we make a game of it? Can you throw it up in the air? I want to see if I can pin it to the wall with an arrow.
Yeah, alright. So should I roll for something for the throw?
Nah, I reckon you can toss it in the air easily enough.
Oh, yeah,
it's just a piece of pastry.
Oh,
It's just a
18
4-inch.
plus 4 to hit, 22.
Nice. That'll definitely hit pastry into a wall. Well
Do
done.
you want damage or?
You killed pastry. Yeah, go for it.
Dead.
Why not? Why not? Hit me with some pastry damage.
9, 7 plus 2.
7 plus 9. Wow, that is actually quite high
Longbow.
for pastry damage.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. So you guys playfully throw this bread up into the air. The longbow arrow nails it into the wall. The tip of the arrow is entirely gone. Tip of the arrow entirely embedded in the wall. And then you just hear screaming. Ah! Ah! It hurts so much. It fucking hurts, man. I'm bleeding here. I'm fucking bleeding, man. You fucking shot me. You shot me, bro. Why'd you shoot me like that? Why you shoot me like... And then he just like slowly gets groggier and groggier as his dying breaths sort of fade out.
Was that sentient bread?
Is the
No one
12-foot
bites
bread
the
alive
crust.
too?
How do you want to check?
Come on, that was good.
All right, Elara's gonna check for if the 12-foot bread is alive.
Please. Is that D20?
I don't know. What are you trying to do? Like, how are you going to check in?
I'm going to ask it, are you alive?
Are you going to talk to it?
I'm going to talk to the bread.
You don't have to do anything. You can just speak to bread.
Bread.
Unless you have speak with bread as a
Now that's an ability.
spell.
Where's that skill?
If any one of you has speak with animals, you can cast that and attempt to speak with bread more than normal, but it's fine. You can totally just speak with bread if you want.
Does it answer?
You don't hear a reply from the bread. Maybe it doesn't speak common though.
What was it screaming in before then? Was it...
The dead bread was screaming in common.
Oh, okay.
Does it, Denny, speak with the dead?
Nah.
Ah, you piece of shit. So, firstly, you kill my bread. And now, you won't even speak with my dead bread.
Sorry, did you want live bread to eat?
Yes, I eat all my bread alive.
Yeah, I don't give a crepe. I'm gonna head back into town.
Oh my god, it's not even bread! It's only just in the same world as, like, pastry because it's a dessert. You're still taking a D4 though.
Oh, come
Son
on. You did this. You started it. You
I
gave me
know.
full permission with the names of these stores.
Yeah, that's okay. Alright, so there's sentient bread nailed to the wall, dead. You're holding a 12-foot phallic large loaf. You have a shopkeeper tied up and gagged with bread in the dough below. What are you guys going to do now?
This raises a lot of questions. I don't know if I want answers. But should we just move along to the next place? I reckon we can case that joint too.
Look, we've already done murder here. We might as well steal a few more things before we leave.
Obviously. So if you want to handle the shoplifting side of things, I'll make the distraction this time. Because I think your insides are a bit full.
He's tied up on the ground. You don't have to distract him.
The next shop?
Oh, the next.
Yeah,
Sorry,
not
I thought you meant the same shop.
Why would we... Like, what are we, bank robbers that return to the same bank every week?
How far is the next shop? Is it the next shop? Oh,
Well, it's up to you guys. It's up to you guys.
I'm just going to the next joint. Doesn't matter. Even if it's someone's house, I'm casing it.
All right. So whereabouts are you, Oliver Prince? Are you up the road, or have you come back to join the party?
well, they haven't taken that long to check out this bread, I imagine. So I'm like literally just staring down the alley, wrapped in my cloak, as the weird sugar snow is blowing around, just waiting for them begrudgingly.
Nice.
Just like literally one house up, so I'm not directly outside the alley anymore. Because that weird dude scared the shit out of me before when he just like jumped out of nowhere.
Yeah, awesome. As you're waiting, you just see like a person walking by. Just their face is completely crusted over with the icing sugar at this point. And to the point where like when icing sugar goes like dry and then it cracks, that's his face. And then when he speaks, you just watch these cracks form around his lips. He's like, "Great day for it, isn't it?" Dude's about 21.
Yeah, I do not care for this.
Rack it up and
Another
find
D4.
out, I reckon.
Another D4, mate. Rack it up.
Rack it up. Fuck it.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to try and smash a line of this powdered sugar.
All right, go for it.
Let's see if it's some booger sugar.
Oh god.
What do I roll?
You don't have to roll anything. You can just grab a handful of this stuff and just go.
Survival.
You snort it straight up and you get that disgusting taste in the back of your throat as something goes down that way after sniffing it through your nose. Like, I definitely know what that is like. Wink. And then you just taste sweetness in the back of your throat.
Nah, it's not the good stuff, guys. We're going to have to go back to Khajiit.
The red jumpsuit man pops his head around the alleyway again. Ooh! Did you happen to say Khajiit?
Yeah, mate.
I think I might be able to point you in the right direction there. I've totally lost his accent. I don't remember what he was talking.
Oh gosh.
Just keep going.
All right. Oh, we'll get there. I might actually be able to point you in the direction of, well, it's not Khajiit, but it is Khajiit's cousin, Brajit.
Of course it is.
Love it.
Of course it is. I want you to roll 5 d20s for fucking DM takes a shit in his chair.
What the fuck does that even mean?
I don't know.
But Jeet, my gosh.
That is
It's
10 out of 10
Brajit.
naming.
It's Brajit, and of course, they have similar
Yeah, because he's
names.
the brother.
Yeah, it's Khajiit's brother, Brajit, duh.
There's
My
the
God.
bro version who lifts a lot.
That's better, so yeah.
he
that's
only
what he
sells
does now.
voids.
Well,
Yeah, right.
anyway,
So, where
his
is
shop
he?
is called Baked. It's just down the road.
Alright, see you later.
All right. Try not to kill any more pastries. Wink. And he just like hops away, like just happily.
I don't believe that guy's
What
the
are you on
man.
about? I didn't kill no pastries.
It wasn't my idea to do that.
Murder face over here.
He doesn't seem too fast. He's just kind of like having a good old
Wrap-
time.
Wrapped up in my cloak, just looking at these guys like,
Anyway, Elara, you want to get on the gear or what?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, alright, let's head down to Baked.
All right. You get to Baked. It's a black storefront. The windows are completely fogged out. And are you guys walking straight in?
yes, I'm not sneaking.
All right.
Yeah,
before
yeah,
you,
I'll just
before
walk
you
in.
decide, Oliver Prince opens the door, and just a billowing smoke just comes pouring out, and you go strolling in. Give me a Constitution save as you sniff the air.
I was like, are you sure when billowing smoke, that's the first? Yep.
4.
All right.
If you tell me I have to drag this 7-foot-tall human to better oxygen, you'll be real annoyed.
You take a permanent debuff of -1 to your perception checks.
Yeah, right.
Saint Dave.
That's fair.
All right. The other two of you, give me a con save with advantage because you didn't sniff hard as you walk into the store.
What is that in normal instructions? Roll a d20?
Yeah.
D20 and a D20 again and pick the higher one.
Oh, good, because the first one was 1. So,
Yeah.
and the second one's 8.
The second was 16.
Nice. Okay. What do we get, Elara?
8.
8. All right. You also have a -1 to your perception checks permanently.
Do I have to prop my 12-foot bread against the wall before I go in?
Up to you if you want to try and walk in with the 12 feet of bread or...
I'll just leave it outside.
Cool. You prop it up and it actually stands higher than the roof. Like, so you got to sit on like quite a long angle just to even like have it so it doesn't topple over.
Oliver, just so no one pinches that, did you want to pin that to the wall too?
A little bit.
Give it a go, mate.
Don't break my bread. I need all 12 feet of it.
Walk out, cross the street, just to make it a bit of fun. Oh, whew. 14.
14. All right. So you fire this arrow straight into the bread and it chinks straight into Brudgeat's front window of the shop. You watch just smoke starts to pour out of the crack in the window now. The bread is now nailed to the window on a weird sort of a bend from ground meets window meets roof, which sticks out a bit further. It's not snapped, but it is nailed into the glass. The glass hasn't completely broken either. It's just chinked into it.
I'm not worried about the glass. I'm worried about my bread.
And then as you guys walk in, Brudgeat's like, "Hey, my friends, what you do to my window?"
What do you mean, wasn't me?
Probably not. You're too cool for school, huh? Yeah, I know you. I know you, my friend. What do we need? What are we doing tonight?
You got some gear?
Do I have the gear? Look at me. And you will look at him, and he is just a set of eyes on a neck. There's no head at all.
Perfection.
He's just two massive eyes that are just completely dilated pupils. You don't see a mouth.
All right. Now, how much money do I have?
No. So I just wander in at this stage. Bow back on my back. Oh no. Just see this shopkeeper. See Dave rifling through his pouch. Oh.
So I got about 10 gold, and I want to be seeing swans that I could ride to the coast on.
Oh, my friend. If you were to take a swan to the coast and sit on the swan, you would not get to the coast because you would squash the swan. But yes, I have something for you to see the swans.
Yeah, hook us up, mate.
Actually, the swans here, they're stronger than the swans down Fandolin way from my cousins. You could sit on a swan and you could ride it to the coast.
Yeah, that's the gear I want, mate.
Okay. He goes rifling down below, and obviously he doesn't grab a powder like his cousin Khajiit, because he's not selling powders here. He's selling baked goods. So he grabs out something that looks like the shape of a star, and it is glowing and it is golden. He's like, "My friend, we call this one Starlight Residue."
Does it have its own theme song? And you glow rainbows if you touch it?
It does now. And he starts to sing.
What's the? I can't.
It's. Oh my god, dude! I totally didn't get the reference at all.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was like,
No.
I thought it was some
Star.
weeb shit that I didn't know.
No.
I was picturing Rara Rasputin.
Oh.
Nice. Oh, I'll pay that. You can take a 1d4 of healing from all of your shit jokes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come on.
Because that was
I need
actually
that.
good, and yeah, I mean, it required explanation, but it was actually really good. So.
I needed that healing. So that's good.
All right, so how do I see swans with this? I'm used to the low quality gear.
Oh, my cousin Kajit. He's got that low quality stuff, you know what I mean? Don't tell him I said this, but you know what I mean? He's got that quality, that is not very good. But my stuff, you just have to eat it, my friend. It is like any other baked good you have ever had in your life. You need to eat the whole thing.
I'm gonna just insta steal it off him and just chow it down, and replace it with the gold, like an instantaneous thing. Just
Nice. Give me a sleight of hand to just see how cool it looks when you do that.
Please be a 1.
14.
Nice. It's pretty swift. He's just he doesn't even have his hand, it's just replaced by the gold immediately. So his hand is out holding the star, and suddenly there's gold there, and you've already taken a few bites. Alright.
Hell yeah.
Is this where you say none of us see it, but he sees himself as rainbow?
So your vision starts to blur a little bit to start with as your perception changes for a moment, and then suddenly everything around you sort of has this glow to it, like a shimmer of gold around everything. Everything is outlined with a shimmer of gold glitter, basically. Every time you move, it looks like it's sprinkling glitter around. And then you watch as some golden geese fly down from the heavens above and land at your side. You now have 2 sentient geese by your feet.
I'm gonna ride one out of the store.
You watch as Saint Dave sits on something and then just rides it out of the store, and you guys can't see it at all.
Wait, so he sits on air and leaves?
Yep.
So something actually is there. It's not just him running like a child with an imaginary right.
No, it is him. It's kind of like if he was sitting in a go-kart and suddenly the go-kart was invisible and it just drove off. Except he's just sort of bouncing out of the store and he leaves. Well, my friends, that is one happy customer, no?
I mean, run after him.
Alright, you guys are leaving?
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Okay, bye.
I'll just, on the way out, I'll grab the arrow pinning the bread and just reef it and put it back in.
I grab my bread.
Yeah, you grab your bread. It now has less structure to it right in the center of
Just
the bread.
imagining it
yeah.
just running down
Yeah,
the
it's
street.
flaccid.
You go to
now.
throw it over your shoulder now, and it kind of both ends bend. So now you're dragging the front and the back across over your shoulder.
I
It's
swear
still
that
not
never
broken.
happened.
It's just All right. Now what are you guys gonna do?
I'm chasing him. He's run off on something I can't see.
He's just outside. He's just spinning in circles around.
Doing
around the main
donuts
street.
in the snow.
Nice.
Bow out, drawn towards him. Dave, do you need help?
The fuck are you doing? No. I'm on the gear, mate.
Can I rob
Okay.
him while he's distracted?
What are you gonna do?
Rob him.
Which one?
Dave
Oliver?
Plunderbuss or whatever his name is.
Saint Dave.
Sure.
The one who's going around
Yeah, I
in
wanna rob
circles
him.
on a goose.
He doesn't know what's going on. I can pick his pockets.
Yeah, go
It's
for
the
it. Roll me a
most
sleight of
Bonnie
hand.
move I can imagine. She's
Oh,
like, he's
totally.
high, let's take some stuff off him.
Yeah. Roll me a sleight of hand, and Saint Dave, give me your best perception with a disadvantage. That is.
Am I watching
On top
this?
of my already disadvantage?
No, a disadvantage roll, and then minus the 1.
Can I watch this like perfectly as it unfolds, or do you want a perception?
You have to
that's
give me a
a
perception
2?
if she's being sneaky. Yeah. Oh, a 2? Nice. Okay.
How
Cool.
sneaky can she be right in front of me as she tries to rob the high
There's
guy?
there's a significant amount of like icing powder dust
Okay.
being stirred
For
up
my,
as he's spinning
for my
around.
sick donuts, yeah.
Yeah.
that's
He's really
fair.
spinning the
Donut.
wheels on those feet of the geese.
It's an 8 + 2 for 10. So I guess
Okay.
it depends how sneaky she's managed.
All right, Elara, what'd
Well,
you
she's
get?
not
Yeah,
looking-
I got a 16, and then I also have +6.
Oh, damn. Nice.
I've just got the shit robbed out of me.
Didn't offer me any of the drug stuff, so
You're swiftly running around in the same circle as the goose. So you're running in circles with your hands, sliding
swan.
sneakily into his. I mean, yes, swan. Sorry, why did I say goose? No, it's
'Cause you said
it's now a
geese
goose,
flew down.
bro. I
Yeah.
said goose from the start. It's definitely not a swan anymore. You have
Yeah.
2 geese.
Fuck.
Geese are way worse too because they got teeth and they hiss and shit. They're like,
Yeah, they're nasty.
Why doesn't
bastards.
my second geese attack in my defense?
Yes.
that'll be.
So as your hand finds the pocket, slides in, you start jingling around inside of Saint Dave's pocket hole. What does one find in a single pocket of Saint Dave?
You may find either thieves' tools or my 5 remaining gold. They wouldn't find any of my weapons, though. I do not believe, because
Nice.
they would be
Okay.
holstered.
So with the 22, I think it was, wasn't it?
yes.
Yeah. So with the 22, you find the gold. You can hear it jingling as you're running around, and you pick the correct pocket. You manage to grab. You managed to grab all 5 gold from the pocket, and at the same time, you feel the peck of something invisible just latch on to your hand. Give me a dex save as you go to remove your hand from the pocket and see if you can hold on to the gold or not.
6.
It definitely bites you, and you drop 3 of the gold back into the pocket.
Okay, but I just want to say I just googled it, and geese don't have teeth, so it didn't bite me that hard.
They look
like
like
they
they
have
have teeth.
They definitely
this is
do not have
D&D.
teeth.
This is
Do they
D&D,
not
my
have
friend. These geese have teeth.
I swear they do.
They might even have knives.
Do they not have
It
teeth?
feels-
I'm pretty sure they have teeth.
Why are we
Penguins
doing
have
this?
teeth.
Of course they don't have teeth, they have fucking bills.
Oh no,
They're
they
a
have
bird.
these weird things though. Have you seen them? They look
They're like
teeth.
grooves.
Yeah.
They're like the equivalent of a bill tooth, I think. Like it's not actually a tooth though. It's not bone.
And it's like on their tongues as well though.
Why do you know so much about the inside of a goose's mouth?
Because one hissed at me and I didn't know I was going to see a goose and I was fucking terrified.
Whole life flashed before your eyes. That's your most traumatic experience.
I'm not actually.
Well, that would have been a shit flashback.
Ah!
That too.
It's over. Right, so these geese feel like they have teeth when it latches onto your hand. Anyway, it hurts enough that it should. You take fucking hell. You take 6 damage. You take 6 piercing damage from this invisible entity as it pecks at your hand.
Wow.
And then you manage to hold on to 2 gold. So you now have 2 gold. And no one's the wiser. That was it. That's the whole thing. But you definitely know that there's something there and it's invisible. And it saw you.
I encourage you to
Well,
shoot an
just-
arrow at the invisible goose. How about that?
Well, I'm kind of freaked out by it.
Or do you
but I
only
can't.
shoot inanimate bread?
What can I use to discern what has occurred here? Can I just call? Oh, fuck this.
Go inside and get yourself some star
Nah,
bread.
I'm just gonna cast Thunderclap.
On the whole area.
Well, it's 100 feet. It can be heard.
Alright. Everyone give me some dex saves, I think it is. Is it?
Con.
Con. Alright.
Like that.
And your geese.
6
Alright.
for me.
Roll for you.
I don't know what the constitute.
Roll
12.
for each individual goose as well.
17
Nice. Okay.
and 9.
Okay. So one goose succeeds, obviously.
Clearly the goose I'm riding.
Yep. The other one does not.
It's 1. But I was more going for the distraction of the thunderclap, so that's fine.
Okay. With 1 damage, you watch, St. Dave, you watch as one of the geese just into a glittery dust and is gone.
Is it the one that bit?
What about Bonnie? Did you save?
It is the one that bit you, yeah.
Yes.
Bonnie?
Yeah, I rolled a 15.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
So, and yeah, you're going to take one damage, St. Dave, as well. So, the sound resonates across the entire space, though, right? 100 feet or so. So this thunderous boom just goes and erupts across the whole space. And the shop across from you, called the Flower Tower, you watch as the front door sort of quivers for a moment, and then you watch the doorknob sort of start to disintegrate. The door itself starts to turn to dust and powder, and then you watch the store clerk inside of the door, some 20 feet in, go, "Oh, no, 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 no!" And then you watch all of the walls of the establishment in the roof and himself start to turn to dust, and the entire establishment just falls to the ground in a pile of flour.
What kind of gingerbread house freaking kids, like, what is it, dollhouse situation are we trapped in? What is this crazy?
You look back over at the pile of flour, and the man in the red jumpsuit's already there sweeping up the mess. "Oh, don't worry about it. This happens all the time."
What do you mean
Right.
trapped in anyway? Like, the gate's over there, dickhead.
Yeah, but... Alright, you're just mad that I scared you. Because that's all I saw happen. I didn't see the goose just burst into glitter.
I'm mad because you guys are harshing on my buzz.
Alright,
Now,
should we
anyway,
check-
let's move on to the next store.
Well, we could have gone to the flower
I'm
tower.
gonna pull out of my drift, and as I pull up in front of the next store, I'm just gonna get the reins on my goose and just hang it over the little post out front like a horse. Yeah, my goose have reins,
Nice.
mate.
That's awesome. Yep.
How else do you ride a goose, idiot?
Yeah, you couldn't hold their neck. You'd just be choking them the whole time.
Yeah.
It's nice for some, but these geese probably wouldn't enjoy it because they would probably not exist anymore as
Yeah,
soon as that happened.
I'm not a man who likes to choke while they're riding.
This one's definitely getting an R rating.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, so the next shop that you ride over to on your goose, you hitch your goose to the front of the store, whatever that's called, front railing, and it's completely dark inside. There's no lights on whatsoever, and above the door it just says "Emergency Cake."
What?
What? I'm just gonna stand guard out the front this time, I think.
All
I'm
right,
done
so you're
with
standing
this
guard out the
nonsense.
front.
Alright, I'll go in first.
All right, Elara steps in.
I'll follow suit.
St. Dave follows behind. So Elara and St. Dave, you step into the store. Immediately, alarms start to go off. There's complete darkness around you. You can't see very much aside from a front counter which has nothing on it. There's no baked goods in the countertop at all. There's no shelving with baked goods on it at all. Alarms start going crazy all around. Red flashing, what almost look to be like what could be a light, start flashing around you, if lights were a thing that were actually able to be designed in such a way. Some magical light just starts rotating around above your heads as well. way down the corridor, behind the countertop, at the very end, you see just a single light source down there. That's it. What do you guys want to do?
Is this magical if I notice the sounds happening, or is this more in their head?
You don't see anything from outside at all. You're just standing there
hear it or
like,
anything?
alright. No.
Okay.
Complete darkness in the shop.
Cool.
Go into the light.
Go into the light.
Can I cast light on Elara herself? Like, just turn her into a luminescent being?
Yeah, do it.
Alright, cool.
Also,
Nice.
I have dark vision thanks to my elven heritage.
Yeah,
Nice.
everyone has dark vision.
Everyone has it. You guys can totally see. It's just very dark. But yeah, you can see the features around the room. It's just 4 walls with the door behind you guys. The countertop completely empty. You can even see like tiny specks of dust on the counter. Like that's how much you can see. And then you just see down a hallway and something very well lit at the end of it. And that's it.
Yeah,
Now
cool.
you are lit up and you can see even more, and that's exactly the same.
My plan worked flawlessly. I guess we go to the light source then. I could use an emergency cake.
Yeah, well, since somebody damaged my 12-foot bread, I might need another one.
Yeah,
Have you,
well,
have you brought your 12-foot bread in this time, or is it outside?
No, I
again?
propped it up outside.
Okay. Alright.
did you
This
hitch it
time
to the
it's
railing
like-
post out front?
Yeah, your geese better
That's
not eat my,
probably
my
best.
bread.
Roll for goose attack.
Alright, so you guys jump over the counter and start to head down the corridor
see.
towards the light.
Because I'm standing out front, can I just see bits just disappearing off this bread?
Yeah, you can see like the bread is moving a little bit, and you start to think maybe the bread is sentient, and then you just see a small chunk disappear.
You know where that bread's been? I'm sorry, Goose.
Goose vomit, just all out front. Anyway.
Alright, so you guys
moving
start to head
back
towards
on.
the towards the light. Yeah?
Yep.
Doing anything else? Just heading towards it?
Well, it's pretty much pitch black with nothing around, right?
Pretty much, yeah. That's what it seems
Yeah.
like.
I'm just gonna leg it down there.
Alright, you guys run down the hallway. It just seems to stretch for an extraordinary expanse considering the length of the shop couldn't have been more than a few feet. And you just keep running down the hallway towards this light source. And then you realize you're just still running down this hallway towards this light source.
I am way too smashed to be trying this. What do you think the game plan is here? This hallway's pretty fucking long.
We can't go back. Gotta keep
Can't
going.
we?
We've come this far.
If I look back, is like the front of the store close?
It's
Or is
very
it-
close. Yeah, it's right behind you.
We can literally go right
We
back.
could. But then we won't get the emergency bread.
It was emergency cake, which is not a type of bread. But I could use a cake right about now. So I'm just gonna like full sprint and see what I can do.
Nice. Give me an athletics.
Alright. 17.
Oh my god, wow. Okay. I was about to let you know that the DC was going to be 16 for anything actually substantial to happen, but you did it. Nice. Okay, you start to run, and suddenly, like, the whole world around you shifts, and you run straight into the end wall, like almost immediately, as if it was just in front of you all that time. You hit the wall so hard that the light source sort of shimmers and shakes a little bit, and then from where you are, Elara, still sort of stuck in this long hallway, you watch as the nook at the end of the hallway cracks. And so, St. Dave, you knock yourself to the ground, you get back up, and there's a broken piece of glass sort of cracked in half with a little nook behind it, and there's a cake behind the glass.
I'm gonna pocket the broken glass, and
Nice.
I'm also gonna take the cake.
Awesome.
You're gonna eat it
you
too?
pocket the
Nah.
Alright, you pocket the nice piece of glass that isn't completely shattered from the impact, and grab the cake out. And as you grab the cake, a door in the side of the corridor that you guys just did not even see at all opens up, and a man just starts clapping. All of the lights turn back on, the danger warning signs and stuff pop back out. The sirens stop ringing, and he's like, "Congratulations! Emergency cake! Enjoy." And then he just closes the door through the corridor again, and you're just left alone. And the corridor seems small again, and that's it.
Like
Now you have a cake
escape room.
covered in glass.
Care for some glass cake, love?
I mean, yes.
You're gonna eat some.
You can
of
only
it.
have a third of it though, because I've got to give a third to the geese. Or goose.
Yeah, I'll chow down on it for sure.
Nice. You chow down on 1/3 of the glass cake. Give me a Constitution save as you swallow some glass.
Alright, I'll have my third as well. And I'll con save that. Rolled an 18.
I rolled
Nice.
a
Okay.
15.
15? Alright. Both of you don't take any damage from the glass cake as it slides down your throat. You do feel the chunks, but they don't cut you as they go in. You're like, that's probably going to hurt later, but that's okay because that's later. And this is a one-shot. What is later?
Time isn't real, it's fine.
Yeah. Alright. Very good. You feel replenished. That's about it. You don't have anything else from that.
Alright, so I'm just going to go out front and then give the last third to my goose.
Yep.
His name's Steve.
Steve the Goose.
Oi, Steve! And I just hand him the last bit of glass cake.
He gobbles it up. Roll me a con save for Steve as he just
Can
goes
I
to town on this
notice
cake.
this and start to draw some conclusions? Because I watched the bread getting like eaten. And
Yeah.
then it's just come
I
out
rolled
and
a
fed this to
7.
empty air
Oh,
after riding around on it.
so you start drawing conclusions about what this might be, even though Brudget literally said that it's what it is, and
He was high as a kite. I didn't
and
believe
Saint
him.
Dave also said geese as he rode out of the shop, and then you finally like, wait a minute, it's geese, and then the goose just pops out of existence and is gone as it takes damage from the emergency cake.
Well, that was unfortunate, but I hope you liked his cake.
Well, it looks like he's been enjoying my bread.
What are you going to do, kill him?
Nice. All right. So the rest of the afternoon of frivolities carries on. You guys check out a couple more bakeries along the way. One of them was Tough Cookies, so you head on into that one at some stage or another. I'm just speeding this up because you guys have been like in and out of these fucking things for an hour. So Tough Cookies, you guys go in, and the big sell of this place is that the cookies are so strong you have to roll a strength to actually even eat one. Does anyone want to try and partake?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, same. I noticed this go on. I'm like, it's a competition of sorts, is it? I'll have a go.
Well, there ain't no competition. You either keep your teeth or you lose them.
Is it save or
11.
roll?
Suppose that's a competition, isn't it?
Oh yeah, is it a save or a roll?
Let's go save. Because you're trying to
okay.
save your teeth at this point.
16.
Nice.
Oof. 21.
Damn. Elara?
Yeah, 19.
You, 19. What the hell?
We are
guy
good
just, like-
bony boys.
You guys
some
all just
milk.
crunch down on these things. They're super loud. Like, they're so loud they echo into your skull. And then the guy's like, well, that was anticlimactic, wasn't it?
You're telling me, mate.
It's gonna
You guys get a
disappoint some
plus
storyteller
1 to
somewhere.
strength saves. So add a plus 1 to your strength saving throws from now on. So the final store that you guys find is called Cakewalkers. Just in front of Cakewalkers looks to be a regular ass tavern. You walk into the Cakewalkers and there's just the most typical like Dracula-esque looking freaking vampire dude you've ever seen. And he speaks with the whole Count Drac accent. He's like,
fantastic.
You've come to my store, no?
Like
No?
from Sesame Street? Why is he laughing
Yeah,
like that?
It has to
One,
be here at that. He says that as he pulls out a loaf of bread. He's like, one. But actually, this is the only one we have, because this is actually blood of dwarf, and I only have one of them. Would you like blood of dwarf loaf?
What are my options?
What race do you want to eat today?
Well, I don't want to sound racist.
Why not?
But
They
I'll
all
eat
have different
anyone.
flavors. Okay.
Well,
He just
who-
puts his hand
who's
into the
got a
random
real
barrel.
savoury bouquet with maybe some fruity undertones?
Oh, now you're speaking my language, my friend. And he starts to dig around, finds something labeled Aarakocra, and hands it over. It's got like feathers sticking out of it.
Yeah, alright, I'll take one.
Okay, my friend, that is all yours.
I'm just gonna
Minute.
chow it down then and there.
As you bite into it, it's like eating a sponge that's soaked up blood.
Delicious, blood sponge.
It's in no way delicious to you, and you try to hold down your lunch. Give me a con save as you try to swallow this without throwing up. Ugh.
That would be a 17.
All right. You managed to, over the course of the next 5 excruciating minutes, just slowly eat this sponge that's covered in blood until it's completely gone. Your entire
Very
front is just covered in blood. You gain no magical qualities from this.
You guys want any of these? These are pretty fucking good, alright?
I'm good. Thank you.
I don't think I can fuck it, so it's not.
Hey. You can fuck anything if you've got enough willpower. Or constitution, as it were.
The Dracula's like, this is true. This is very true. And then you guys leave, and it's real weird. Alright.
Like in everything else here has been so normal, so that makes sense.
So the only thing you guys haven't really checked out, you pretty much did a whole sweep of the entire town, just because you felt like going into every single one.
Can you please recap just briefly what has occurred here? Because we've got one shopkeeper tied up, an entire store blown down.
All right, yep. So let's do the recap. So you guys visited the dough below. You found a 12-footer and then stole a 4-inch phallical item, which looked like it was of some value. Tied up the storekeep after he saw you guys stealing it, and shoved bread in his mouth. At which point you guys accidentally killed a piece of bread. You carried around the 12-footer the whole day. You visited Baked.
Yes,
Oh my
that was...
God, there's way too many of these now.
That's okay.
We went to Brigitte's one, and then emergency cake.
That's right. Baked, emergency cake. You destroyed the flour tower. You ate cookies in Tough Cookies, and you all succeeded. And then you guys went to Cakewalkers. And then at the light at the end of the road, basically, is a tavern. And that's it. It's a boring, just simple, plain tavern.
Oh, I guess I could wash down some drugs with some piss over here. You guys in?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm down for something less bready.
You haven't had any. You're a dead set bread coward, mate.
Gluten
only eaten a
intolerant,
cookie.
man. I don't think this works for me.
You're gluten intolerant.
I don't
Give me
wanna
another
say it
con
because
save.
of your terrifying fucking. I was just lying. Can I roll for deception
Against the DM.
against him? That's who I was talking to.
It's canon you're now gluten intolerant.
Yeah, I'm getting that. Fuck off.
So he ate one cookie, he's gluten intolerant, now he's got explosive diarrhea.
Absolutely.
So it's a
He's
nat
got to roll
one.
poop saves or sphincter
On
saves.
that one.
Yeah, I got +1, but it was a nat 1, so...
You guys are standing out the front of the tavern. You look at the sign. It says the alluring accordion, and as you hear an accordion strike its first chord, the the arsehole of his pants rip open from just an explosive diarrhea, which shatters across the ground, which sprays across the ground, across the vast white, which is now covered in brown muck. You now have a massive, massive hole in your pants and are covered in poo.
I'm just gonna go into stealth mode and hide because I want nothing to do with what just came out of that man.
Entirely.
Alright, give me a stealth as you try and disappear from the scene.
That's a 21.
Alright. You fade into the shadows.
I've dodged poop before, guys.
Nice. Elara, what are you doing?
I can disengage. Can I do that?
Absolutely, you can totally disengage. That makes sense. So you disengage, just distancing yourself enough and your 12-footer from the explosion. It was dragging across the ground, and you see the drag mark is right where it would have been in the line of. So you saved your 12-footer from the spray. Yeah. And yeah, that's it. So, and then the red jumpsuit man just pops up. He's like, "Hoo-wee! Someone can't handle his breads." And that's it. Then he just walks away. He doesn't even wait for a response. He's just, that was it. And you guys walk into the alluring accordion, I assume.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
sneak in
Ah, nice. Okay, so you're sneaking
through the
in.
side entrance.
All right, cool. Yep. You find a side entrance. There is no one around it, and you sneak into that door very, very quietly. No one sees or hears you. From the side entry, you see a barkeep on his own. He's just leaning against the bar, looking extraordinarily bored. It's a completely empty tavern. And then you guys walk in the front door.
What's news, Governor?
He kind of like is startled by the fact that you didn't just popped up out of nowhere. He's like looking that way and he's like, "No! Jesus fuck.
Yeah, very, very sneaky, sir.
My God. You lost or summit, tourists? What are you even doing here?"
This joint sells piss, don't it?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, well, what'll get me sauce the quickest?
Alright, now you're speaking my language. I don't have long though. Festival's about to start. One round, and fuck right off.
Yeah, well then give us the good shit.
Alright, calm down, sweetheart. Alright, he pulls up a menu, which isn't a paper menu. He actually just does some magic, and then up it pops in front of his hands. And it's just like each individual drink is just slowly rotating like a 3D image, like a Skyrim loading screen. He's like, right, so we've got sugar, we've got Jingle Bell Java, Eggnog Eruption, Mistletoe Mixer, yay, and then Sleigh Bell Sangria. What'll it be?
Can you mix the Java and the eggnog together?
You can, but it won't have any effect if you mix them together, and it will probably curdle, to be honest.
Okay, that sounds fucking disgusting. Give me one nog then, mate.
Eggnog Eruption. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Slide you over an Eggnog Eruption. What are you guys gonna have?
What's gluten free?
What's gluten?
I'll just stand by the bar with my arms crossed.
Something smelling here? No, never mind. What are you gonna have?
Yeah, the mistletoe mania or whatever.
Mistletoe mixer? Yeah, this one's a good one, this one. Alright, so he gets this mistletoe and crushes it in his hands, turns it into complete dust in an instant, and sprinkles it into a fizzing drink, which then turns a violent green and then slides it over to you. Sure you're not going to have anything, mate? Gluten can't be
Okay.
that bad, can it?
I'm good. Did you get his nog?
Hey, George Nog.
Yeah, cool.
You smell it, and it reminds you of just everything about wintertime. Warmth by a fire, spiced meals, everything else.
Jump.
They're the only things I can think of. Yeah, sweaters.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm just gonna punch down me nog.
All right. You smash down the nog and immediately start to burp in Christmas tunes and themed colours.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
All right. And the mistletoe mixer.
Yep, sling it back.
You're smashing it down. All right. You smash it down, slam it on the bar, and suddenly Elara disappears, and you are left with no Elara in the tavern.
Oh.
And
No, I
it's
thought I was
just
fucking
super
sneaky.
awkward. Mistletoe mixer will do that for you.
Jesus. Hey, coward pants. Instead of shitting yourself, how about you have a drink?
Nah, I'm out.
Can I try and
So-
sleight of hand a drink into his mouth?
I mean, some of the drinks need to be made.
Just whatever is within reach of me.
Okay. Well, I would say out of all of these items,
Someone's
the jingle
discarded,
bell,
like, beer safe.
the dregs with cigarettes
Yeah.
just like put out in them.
The like
There's-
tip jar thing.
Oh.
I was going to be nice and say the jingle bell Java, but I'm totally going tip jar now. All right, go for it. So you're going to try and just grab it and just shove it down his throat?
Yeah.
Okay, go for the... Do you even care if the barkeep sees you do this?
Sort of.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
Like
give me a-
I'm more thinking sleight of hand to prevent him from realizing that it's about to happen.
it's going to happen. Yeah, okay, cool. All right, well, give me a sleight of hand for both of those so that you don't piss off the barkeep, and you can try and trick Oliver Prince into not seeing this happen.
Okay, that was a 24 and a 26.
Oh my god. I'm guessing nothing you rolled is going to be equivalent to that.
You didn't give me anything.
Perception. Just give me a straight
Passive is-
perception.
Passive is 12 if you want
Passive
that,
is 12,
since I'm
yeah.
just standing there. But perception's 15, so...
Yeah. So I mean, that's a pretty good roll, but it's not it's not 22. So
not 22.
Or 24 even. So it's Saint Dave is just super quick on his feet. Doesn't even spill a drop. And before you know it, your head is tilted back, and the tip jar just goes straight down your throat. And the barkeeper's just like, what the fuck is going on? And then we flash over to Elara. So Elara, you pop out of existence for a moment, and then suddenly you reappear. You look above your head, and there's mistletoe above your head. And then you stare over at a bedroom scene of a minotaur and a very small wood elf. And he's just bending her down for a passionate kiss. And then he looks up and sees you, drops the wood elf to the ground. He's like, "What the fuck? Fucking mistletoe mixer!" And starts charging at you. And just as he's about to punch you directly in the face, you pop out of existence and then reappear in the bar. Just as the barkeep's like, "What the fuck is going?" And then you just pop up and he's like, "Hey!"
I was
some fun,
hoping it
did
would
ya?
go a different way, but that's fine.
Alright, so, give me a con save, because I'm assuming you're fighting against the effects of whatever the tip jar juices were.
9.
Okay. 9 is not great. Okay, what have I got here? I wasn't expecting someone to drink the tip jar.
Usually it's just like sugar-filled crap, like it's like food dye or something.
Yeah, it's usually just just straight up trash, and then there's just the residue from all of the coins though as well, from those many touched coins.
Awesome.
Okay. So with a con save of 9, one of your front teeth cracks and you swallow part of your tooth as well. So now you have like a slightly chipped front tooth.
You survived the cookies just to do this.
And then you feel in the festive season somehow, and you for some reason are shaking your hands in anger, and suddenly you're holding the reins to a sleigh, and you sit down into the sleigh and just take off running out the front door at full pelt with spectral reindeer pulling you from the front. So now you just take off full speed. Your travel is about 45 feet, so you're faster than these guys can run, and you don't seem to have much control on this thing yet. Give me an animal handling check as you take off running and annihilate the front doors to the tavern as you start going straight towards the edge of town.
12.
Looks like he got my geese.
12?
Yeah.
Okay, they're still hurtling out of control. You watch as they like head towards one of the shops and then bounce off it. Then you see the red jumpsuit man over there. I know he's got a name, but red jumpsuit man just works way better. He's still sweeping up the flower tower at this point, and he just finishes dusting it up, and then you just go through the whole pile of it. Just it goes every fucking way.
Just dashing through the snow.
Oh my god. D4 for that one, son.
Oh, come on.
It wasn't even a bread pun.
I know, that's why I don't think
Now
I
you're just getting way too
damage.
seasonal. Suddenly, the sleigh steers in the direction towards the doe below, and you can't seem to steer it anymore, and it just looks like it's going to crash. And the reindeer do that like whole magical leap thing where it goes to take off out of the sky, and you feel the sleigh lift, and then it doesn't fly, and you go crashing through the front window of the doe below. And that's it. You just black out at that point. You don't see anything else. You see nothing. And so you guys see this all happen, and then the barkeep's like, "Well, that was fun, wasn't it? You guys want to come to the festival?"
Yeah, all right, mate.
All right, let's go then. Takes you out the side entrance to another area. It's like a massive town square. There are dozens of people on the edges of the town centre. Their eyes are all transfixed on the large open space in the middle. 3 witches are standing on 3-foot-tall pillars around the edges of the square. Inside of the square itself is a tiny village. It looks similar to the town of White Ridge, only much, much smaller, and it's also made entirely out of baked goods. The witches begin an incantation. The townsfolk around the outside of the square begin to chant as well. The voice of the red jumpsuit man chimes in. "It was so fortunate for you 3 to come to town tonight. Although there's only 2 of you now, I suppose. We'll fetch him up later. Just in time for the show!" And a glittery red and green light bursts forth, ensnaring your minds, and darkness overtakes you. You awaken on the ground, your limbs feel stiff, and your senses seem dulled. Raising your head, it's an odd, dizzying sensation. You don't know how to describe the feeling except that you feel flat. You turn to see if your friends are nearby, and as they do the same, only to realise that you're all gingerbread men inside of the miniature village in the town of White Ridge.
I'm delicious.
The witches of White Ridge all get together to create a wondrous sight. They use the visiting tourists to bring baked goods to life. Too late, the adventurers realize the town's deception and their plight, as they are turned into gingerbread men and find their only way to escape is to fight. Raise your head. It's an odd, dizzying sensation, and you don't know how to describe the feeling except that you feel flat. You turn to see if your friends are nearby, and as they do the same, only to realise that you are all gingerbread men, or gingerbread folk.
Thank you.
Inside of the miniature village in the town of White Ridge. And this is where we begin. So now you all have a new character sheet with some new stats ready to go. And we will begin session 2 of our one-shot.
Gingerbread man.
I'm glad no one here's a celiac.
Wasn't it known that one of us was celiac?
Yeah. Fucking Oliver over there.
Oliver
Yeah.
Prince,
He
you
shit
were a
himself,
celiac.
remember?
Oh my god. Okay, so that's canon. That's actually happened. You are now allergic to yourself in this session.
Take 1
You have-
poisoning damage.
You have 1 level of exhaustion. So add 1 level of exhaustion. And when occasionally, when the DM decides to, you have to roll to stop from pooping your baked gingy pants.
Do gingerbread men have pants? Aren't they usually like just a top and no pants, like Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah.
I'm
gonna paint on some icing sugar pants now.
on nothing somehow.
Yeah. So now so you can blow the ass out of your pants, you now have icing sugar pants that you can now blow the ass out of.
Important details.
Thank you.
Details, yeah. Yeah, now we care about the details.
Where it matters.
Seems accurate.
All right, so
Seems accurate.
our competitors just now realizing that they're not only gingerbread folk, but they're also completely screwed. Let's see how they go with their new baked appendages in this season's Frostfall celebrations. So, miniature white ridges of buildings are made of bread and pastry. There are puff pastry roofs, short crust walls, bread crust windows and doors. Licorice covers the street surface, and lamps dotted around the streets are huge candy canes with a luminescent glow on their ends. What are you guys gonna do from here?
Am I still passed out in a fucking sleigh a gajillion miles away, or have I been teleported?
You are awake and a gingerbread man. Also,
Oh.
all 3 of you are present in this miniature village.
Was my 12-foot bread shrunk with me, or is it proportionally like a 12 centimeter
It
bread?
is.
Or
It is now a 12 centimeter bread. Yeah.
Is
You
that
can add that as an additional weapon because it's not on your character sheet as of yet.
did that shrink to scale?
It doesn't sound like it. It sounded like he took 12 something and turned it
Yeah,
into 12 something
going
else.
from feet to
That's right.
centimeters. You've just pulled me out of all the immersion that we had. For a moment there, I
Details,
was a
man.
gingerbread man, and now everything's ruined.
Okay, for reality's sake, we're going to say it's actually an 18.6 centimeter breadstick.
Appreciate it.
Good.
Yeah.
I ain't doing
but
math on
it
that.
is no longer a breadstick either, though. So, what do you want the weapon to be?
I mean, it's a rock hard bludgeon made of rock candy.
Rock candy. Okay. So that's canon. It is now rock candy. It is 16.8 centimeters in length. It still has the bend in it, however. And if you use it as a weapon, you're going to have to roll an endurance afterwards on the weapon to see if it breaks. Because rock candy sucks, and when it drops on the floor, it shatters like glass. So
But it is delicious.
this is also true, but it also gets stuck in your teeth.
Yeah, or it breaks your teeth off.
This is true too. So if someone happens to eat it, they will have to also roll for their teeth not breaking. But we'll see. We'll see if that is an actual thing later.
These are the dynamics I live for.
All right. So in front of you, someone give me a perception to see what this town sort of is consisting of.
St. Dave, he cracks his eyes open. He sees this town, but what does he actually see? He sees a 24 worth of perception.
He sees a lot then. He sees everything almost. So from your vantage point, which is pretty much nothing at the bottom of nothing in the middle of a village made of pastry, you see what looks to be 3 significant buildings with actual labels on them. The rest of them look very much like video game filling, like they don't have working doors, but these 3 look like they do have hinge doors. And at the end of the street, there looks to be a similar looking tavern to the one that you guys had just left. So the bakeries with a 24 I'll give you the names of the bakeries because I suppose you'll be able to spot those. You have Fluff and D's Muffins. You have the Flapjack Folly Shack, which is more of a flapjack den than anything else, and then a Holy Moly Donut Den.
Alright, so we've got some selections up here. Now, I'm a big fan of flaps, but I also like muffins. So where are we going?
Holes
kids?
was right there.
I'd like to run as fast as I can.
D4.
Straight for the Holy Moly.
Keep in mind, you have a whole lot less health now as a gingerbread person.
Straight for the Holy Moly.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
you
got a
going-
D4 first.
Yeah, you got a D4
Oh,
that.
what? Really?
Run
that
as
was good.
fast as you can.
I thought it was good. 2. I
was-
can't mark it down.
It was sufferable. Alright, and what were you going to say, Bonnie?
Oh, I said holes was right there. You say flapjacks, and you're missing the whole shop.
Yeah, that's why I went for
I'm
it.
all about the flaps. No one needs a hole. What is
Oh
this?
no, you sicko. This is definitely R-rated now on YouTube.
Oh, I've ruined everything.
So, you head over to the Holy Moly Donut Den. As you take the door handle, the door crumbles at your touch. It looks like it was made entirely of cinnamon sugar. You know, go figure. So you walk into the shop. You basically got a shop covered in cinnamon sugar, but there's no walls inside, and it just looks like there's rolling hills past like the first line of stall. That's it.
Okay.
It is like a vast desert, even though it shouldn't be.
Is there a shopkeeper?
There's nothing here at all.
I mean, this place is a bit of a hole.
D4.
That wasn't a silly one. That was a good one.
None
Fuck
of
you.
them are good, Brady.
No, they're all terrible. He's gonna die
Fuck
before
you.
the first.
You know what, to be honest, maybe it's for the best.
Could be.
What is the ground made of?
It looks to be just thick coating of cinnamon sugar.
Like
Almost as if it was
all of it.
sand.
Is there any donuts around?
Give me a perception check as you step into the Holy Moly.
That would be an 11.
You don't seem to see any donuts around. Just a whole lot of rolling hills. There's a sun beating down on your head from above, even though it shouldn't be there. You were just in kind of a snowy atmosphere. It feels hot to your gingy skin.
So, are we cracking?
I would say that any of your icing bits, so your pants, are definitely cracking a little bit.
You better not blow out your ass.
Oh dear. Alright. Might just bail back out and be like, ah! And just run back out.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
I don't know.
I'm gonna try and traverse the cinnamon hills, I think.
So you guys start heading towards the hills while Oliver Prince runs in the opposite direction.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Makes sense. Makes sense. All right.
What's he gonna do?
You guys.
Drugs? Drink a tip jar again?
We all saw how that ended.
Yeah,
All right. So
exactly.
you guys start to traverse the hills. It's pretty hard going with your gingerbread feet sort of sinking into the cinnamon sugar. And you start to traverse over. What are you doing while they're heading in that direction, Oliver Prince? You see them start heading up.
No, I just left the shop. I was going to check out one of the other ones because it was a desert.
Yeah, go for it. Okay, which one are you going to? So we had the
What were the
Flapjack
names
Folly
again?
Shack, and we had the Fluff and D's Muffins.
Fluff and D's muffins.
All right.
But I'm just like
Too easy.
screaming and running. I was just like, ah! I was kind of, like,
So you just
apparently
start
these guys
laying
had
it
a
down.
real mellow response to being turned into gingerbread man. I'm just like, because I woke up after passing out in a sleigh.
All right. So you're going in?
Yeah.
All
Just
right.
run in the
You
door
open
as a
the
manic,
door.
fucking, hysterical, crazy little gingerbread man.
You open the door to Fluff and Dee's Muffins, and you just hear something bounce past you into the corner of the room. And that's where I'll leave you for a moment as these guys start to traverse the desert. You make it to the top of the first hill and look down across this vast open space. Give me a perception. Get one from Elara because St. Dave is doing all the hard yards right now.
Classic Dave.
14, and then I also
Okay.
have plus 5, 19.
Damn. Okay. Nice. All right. So looking across the vast desert, it looks to be, and you're not sure if this is an illusion, or if it is actually real at all, or if there is an oasis further down. And then you realize that who cares, because this seems like the entire thing is an illusion. So you just continue on anyway, because like you're inside of this place, you're a gingerbread folk. Like none of this makes sense to you. So that's what you've got.
I'm a bit worried I'm in like some sort of cosmic oven. Am I gonna get baked, like in a bad way?
I like what you did there.
That's got to be a D4.
It wasn't a pun, it's a legitimate fear.
That wasn't a pun.
That wasn't a pun. That was a drug reference, and I'm all about those.
Baked is a pun.
No, that doesn't sound right.
No. Plus, guests don't take damage. It's just a damn rule. Whatever. Okay. Are you guys heading towards the oasis, or are you going to run back out? That's your choice. Well, I mean, your choice is you could head in another direction, I suppose, but that's the obvious thing in front of you.
Yeah.
Just start digging straight down.
Dig up, stupid. What do you want to do?
Oasis.
Right, let's do it.
All right, you guys start to head down the massive hill that you're on, down towards the oasis near the bottom. All right, so the large rotund muffin inside of the Fluff and Dee's Muffins lands in the corner of the room near you. It's an apple and walnut muffin wearing a muffin casing for jocks. The muffin grabs where its balls may very well be and screams at you, "Hope you all ain't allergic, 'cause you're all about to be munching on these nuts." And now you're going to roll for initiative on your own. So have fun with that. As you guys begin to walk down the hill, you look back up towards the crest where you guys have just left. This is going to be real interesting. You see a tumbleweed sort of fly past your feet, and it kind of draws your attention back towards the hill. The tumbleweed is made entirely of fairy floss, by the way. You see the shadows cast first. Okay. You pick up the fairy floss, and it immediately sticks to your hand, and now you have one gluey hand. Yep. You now
used to a
won't be
sticky
able to
hand.
drop your weapon if you have it in that hand. However, if you do hit something, or you can use it to climb or things like that, but it's going to be difficult because you're going to have to unstick it each time. But you might have advantage on climbing. So there you go. Very cool. You see these shadows cast across the top of the hill, and they're casting a large circular shadow down across you guys. And then you hear them scream out to you, the donuts at the top. "That's right. Bask in our glory and enjoy this sight, because it may very well be your last. Do not worry. Be happy." And then they begin to roll down the hill towards you guys at quite a speed. So I'll get you guys to roll initiative as well now. So now I'm doing two different battles at the same time. Okay, what did we get, Oliver Prince?
8 total.
All right, Oliver Prince, you're up first against the muffin. He's probably about 15 centimeters away from you.
Okay. Is my movement now centimeters, not
Centimeters.
feet?
Correct. It is
Okay.
not feet.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that is a fast-moving muffin man. All right, so I'll turn to him and be like, do you know the muffin man?
That's very close to being a pun, but I'll allow it. He's funny son of a bitch.
But instead, is he going to respond to that before I do anything?
Yeah,
'Cause
he
that's
grabs
funny.
on his nuts. He's like, yeah, they're right here, actually.
Okay. So I've got 30 feet of movement, so I'm going to jump towards him, candy cane raised, and go to bring it down on his head.
All right. You can do that,
Because,
so do it.
yeah, he's half my movement away. 18 plus 5.
That'll hit, definitely.
Yeah, so it's a d12 plus 3. Where's my 12? I haven't used real dice in a hot second. There we go. It's all of 6. Yeah, so that's a candy cane smack to presumably the top of the head of the
Nice.
muffin.
Okay. You watch him like take a little bit of a dent, and then he just like, and then the dent goes and pops back out. Doesn't seem to be as effective as you'd hoped. And so then he, what can I get him to do that's stupid? He takes off his pants, and he's just gonna try and smother you with his pants now.
Why does he have pants?
It's the muffin casing.
He's good.
So
Cool.
he's going to wrap that around the top of your gingy head and then try and smother you with it. And we'll see how that goes for him. Give me a strength roll against my strength.
I'm just going.
Didn't
You're not even
roll,
going
actually.
AC. Okay.
No, because this is a strength contest here.
There's 12. So I got plus 3 on
Fantastic.
9.
You're now currently being suffocated by a muffin wrapping. So you're going to
I've
take...
always wanted to go.
That's it. You're just going to take 1 suffocation damage.
That's
moment.
fine. Muff to the face is always fine.
I'll allow
All
that.
right. Yeah,
That's
that
not a
was,
pun,
that was
that's
actually
just
usable.
good.
Yeah. All right. So what do we get for initiative in the other realm? In the realm of the cinnamon sugar.
I roll a 13 with a...
13?
Yes, 13.
Okay.
Is that with your modifier for
Initiative.
And
It's on
my
the right of
modifier
your
is
sheet
plus
below.
2, so 15.
Uh-huh. Alrighty.
I got
What did we get,
6.
St. Dave? 6? Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh,
It's different
no.
to 15.
Very different. So different it might be that you're going last, potentially. In fact, that is actually exactly what you're going to be doing.
They
All right,
say
so Elara,
nice guys
you
finish last.
there you go. Zinga. Elara, you see these donuts rolling down the hill. There are currently 3 of them rolling at you. They are roughly 30 centimeters away.
It's so confusing.
Isn't
That
it?
is.
It's so close.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Ray of Frosty at the
Nice.
nearest donut.
So the nearest donut was pretty much in exactly your line. So if you don't hit it with Ray of Frosty at this point, its next turn, it's going to be barreling straight through you at that point. And because you're casting, I'm going to say that you have a disadvantage on your dex save when it tries to go annihilate you, just because you're doing something at the time. So go for it with all of that in mind.
I rolled a 15.
You hit it, you watch this thing start slowing right down, and now you're going to hit it with 1d8 of cold damage.
6.
Nice. That's huge. Okay, and it is slowed, so its movement is halved at this point, or 1/3. whatever. It's just slower. All right.
Don't
Anything
do it in
else you want to do,
fractions.
Elara? Yeah.
It's got to be in metric, no fractions.
Ah, dang it. Okay, whatever that means, that.
Thanks.
Throw myself out of the way of it barreling through me.
Yeah, you totally can. You can just move. You don't even have to throw yourself out.
No,
of the way.
like in a really cool way. And like I'm gonna fully go like.
Yeah, go for it. Because you want to do it acrobatically, do it with acrobatics check, and we'll just see how cool it looks.
So I rolled a 7, and I have +2. So it's not very
Okay.
cool, is it?
It's not great. It's not great. You don't fall over, but it doesn't look that good. Like you kind of like your feet dig into the sandy cinnamon sugar, and it just takes you a bit longer than you thought. So he's gonna brush past you now, but you're still out of its reach, and it doesn't look cool. All right, so Donut's turn. First donut doesn't make it to its target. It breezes past, and it's basically just in line with Elara now on the hill. But that's where it stops in its turn, and it's like, I feel like I can't go any further in the next 5 or 6 seconds. And it's just looking over at you in fear. The next one is going to be going barreling towards St. Dave, though. St. Dave, give me a dex save.
That'll be a 6.
A 6. So you're going to take 4 bludgeoning damage, and you are now just underneath a layer of cinnamon sugar on the ground. You've just been immediately flattened.
Oh, that sounds so delicious, though.
Yeah, just laying in a tomb of cinnamon sugar. Okay, and the next one is going to turn its trajectory to try and hit St. Dave as well. But it's not going to get there in this turn because it was further to the side of the hill. So it's right in front of you, basically, lined up to hit you the next round. So, St. Dave, you're up.
Alright, so do they have like arms and legs and stuff, or are they just donuts?
They are just donuts. You can see that they have 2 beady eyes.
Okay.
They look like they're made of like dirty currants or something else foul that shouldn't be in a donut.
Alright, so I'm just gonna pull out my licorice whip and just try and whip straight for the eyes.
Nice. Which one are you going for? Are you going for the one that flattened
one
you,
that's-
or are you going for the one right in front of you that's going to flatten you?
Yeah, the one that's going to flatten me. I already got
Nice,
railed by
okay.
one. May as well clear up my standing with this one. Make sure that he doesn't get me. So, yeah. Just gonna give him a good old whipping.
Whip it good.
That was a 10.
Okay. With a 10, doesn't quite do it. You don't really hit things with 10s generally. You watch a little bit of cinnamon sugar sort of like fleck off the side of it. That's about as good as it gets. It seems like that crust has really formed in the sunlight like an old Coles donut like the day after you buy it, and it's just super disappointing. That's what
I know what it's like when you've got that layer of crust on.
So, top of the round with Oliver Prince. Oliver Prince, you have just been attacked and are now being suffocated by a muffin man. What are you going to do about that?
So I'm freaking out in this like cupcake skirt. What do you call them?
Like they're called like a muffin wrap or a cupcake cup or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
I mean, that's not really pants. That's more like it's more like a kilt. It's like a muffin kilt.
Yeah.
A muffin.
And I'm
Oh,
kinda like-
dude, why
it's
did I
like
think
the
of
other way
that? I
up.
did not picture that as a kilt. That would have been
It's
so
a
much
hip
better
skirt.
with an accent.
It's not too late to make Scottish
retconning the
muffins.
entire thing.
It's like freaking out at this thing on my face, and I'm just, it's making me really mad. I'm like, and I'll just rage because I can do that now. because I've changed class. As I became a gingerbread man. Just feeling anger I've never felt before because I've never been turned into a gingerbread man and suffocated with fucking cooking supplies. I'm like, gah! I'm going to try and bust two hands through it and grab him by the face and just go for a headbutt.
Awesome. All right, so give me an unarmed strike. I won't do the strength versus strength for this one because you're trying to break through it. Give me an unarmed strike first to snap through that muffin casing.
So it was 9, so plus 2. So 11.
Okay, so 11 to break through paper. I think we'll allow that. You break through the paper. Give me a strength check now to see if you can try and grab him around his head, and this time you will try and fight off that. Man, this muffin is
14,
strong.
14 plus 3.
Okay, you
17.
you succeed.
Yeah.
Yep, you actually succeed.
Yeah, cool.
Nice.
Whew. Cool. So
now
bust
you
through,
have him.
grab him, and just smack.
Nice.
With my head.
Okay. I'm going to say that
Against
the
his.
attack doesn't do anything because you've already used your attack to break through or to basically break free, which would have been your entire move. But at this point, you've knocked him back and he sort of stumbles.
Yep.
He looks very uneasy on his tiny, tiny, stupid-looking feet. Yeah. So now you're freed up. Muffin Man is right in front of you still. He's going to reach in, so it's now his turn. He's going to reach in and grab some walnuts from inside of him, and he's going to get 2 of them and then try and just knock it onto both sides of your head to try and like crush your head from 2 sides, like hitting you with 2 rocks. How does a 13 go against your pastry?
Not very
AC?
good, but I guess
Rude.
because I'm flat, maybe it's hard to judge. It's just
He
like
crumbles it directly in front of your face and just like squashes it, and he's like, "Next one's your face." But that's it.
that's so crummy.
Yep, that's another one. D4, son. All right.
Fine.
So moving on to the
Done more
desert
damage.
now. Elara, you are up. You have the guy going slower than you right next to you at the moment.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I have burning hands, but I feel like they're probably immune to fire because, like, they are from an oven. So I think maybe I do magic gumdrop missiles on this donut.
Oh.
Nice. So this is the spell magic missiles, of course. So they're pretty straightforward. They will automatically hit. You only have level 1 spells, so you get 3 of them, and they're a d4 each. So if you're using all of them on this one, they're 1d4 each, then plus 1 on the end of each one of those damages. So roll 3d4.
Okay, so 4, 2,
That's good. It's a good start.
and 4.
So 10 total, plus the 3 as well, so 13 damage. Nice. With that, you fire these missiles straight through this slowed donut right to your side there. The gumdrop buttons fire straight through, just annihilating 3 holes, and you watch as the whole thing is just so broken up it just splits into 2, and then immediately starts to bleed like jam out of its middle. And it is dead to this world.
I rocked that donut.
That was sick. Anything else you want to do? You've got 2 more donuts near you. St. Dave is facing off against one directly in front of him, which will hit him on the next turn. The other one has gone through St. Dave, or over him basically, and is just on the other side of him at this point. So he's surrounded by donuts.
I want to pick up a piece of the fallen donut and take a big bite in like a really intimidating way.
Nice. Awesome. Yep. Not only will I allow that, I'll give you inspiration for doing something a little bit whack. Give me an intimidation roll.
Okay, well, unfortunately, I only rolled 5. And...
You have inspiration if you want to roll it again.
yeah, okay, yes.
Gets inspiration,
Immediate
burns it
use.
immediately.
17.
17?
Plus 5. So it's scary as fuck.
So you go munching onto this donut's insides. There's jam just spilling off your face, just dripping all over you, and you're just like ravaging this piece. It's just like stuff flying everywhere. And then the other two donuts, what were their voices like? They were like quite high pitched, weren't they? These ones are even higher pitched. They're like, "Oh, blimey! She just ate our dad! Why'd you do that? Why'd you eat our dads? He didn't do nothing. We were coming down the hill to say hello to you, and then you just ate him. We just get a bit excited, that's all." They start crying. You can see like the icing sugar tears start to run down and start melting the sugar on the outside of the donuts, and they become like all smooth. And then they become so smooth they just start to slide sideways down the hill, like flat donuts just start sliding down the rest of the hill to the bottom, crying. You are now out of combat with these donuts. What do you guys want to do now?
I'm gonna grab a piece of dad and walk off.
Both of you
One
just
for the
cheers cheers the cinnamon jam-filled donut and start mowing it down as you go towards the oasis once again. Nice. All right, you guys head towards the oasis. We head back to the muffin battle that is in hand now, quite literally and figuratively. What are you going to do about this muffin, Oliver Prince?
So candy canes are kind of brittle, right?
Yeah, somewhat, yep.
Can I, because I'm raging, I want to smash it on the ground a little bit to make like a candy cane shiv.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's cool. Like
Yeah.
breaking a bottle in a bar
so-
fight.
Yeah, because he did the nuts thing in my face, so I'll just be like, fucking, because I'm raging.
All right. Are you gonna try? Are you trying to
Very
intimidate
angry
him, or are you
little-
just trying to stab him?
I'm gonna hold it up to him, and then, because I guess that's kind of my turn, because it's kind of an action to break it, and then
I'll
hold it
allow
up
it.
to him, and then we'll just see what he kind of does on his turn, I guess.
It's fun as
That
shit. I'll
seems-
allow it. I'll actually give you
Okay,
initiative.
cool.
I'll give you a little bonus for that one as well. So you have inspiration as well.
Sick.
Thanks to that.
I'll smash it on the ground, and then stab it into him, and I'll be like, "Gah! Do you want to get fucking shanked?" I'm real
He's
mad.
like, "Oh yeah, fuck yeah, fucking stick it in me, yeah."
Yeah, I think he'd be into that.
He's totally fine with it.
I'm just gonna slowly drive it into him then.
Or are you? Give me a.
And
Give me an
until
attack
my
on
like
that one.
hand is in there, if it allows, like just push it in.
So your stick now does piercing damage instead of bludgeoning as well. You've been altered your weapon.
It was a 9 plus 5,
Okay.
so 14.
So 14. That will hit. Okay, roll
Hells
for
yeah.
damage on your new improvised weapon.
11 plus, what was it, 3?
Damn. Okay, so 14. Nice.
Can't move the camera. I'm not gonna do that. It's 14.
You sink it straight through this muffin top's face, and it sinks all the way to the back, and you just watch like part
got
of the
my arm
muffin
in
just
him
fall out from the
a bit
back.
as
Yeah,
well.
you got your whole arm is straight through this thing's head as well. It's not dead though. It's like wriggling and just angry as hell as you just pushed your whole arm through it. So
Everything's
the muffin man, your fist directly through the middle of its face, a massive chunk missing from its center now. It just grabs itself and tears itself into two. It is now two halves, and now you're fighting two half muffins, because when you buy a
How's
half
it standing?
muffin, it's like $5.50, and when you buy a full one, it's like $8. They're just a little
How's
bit
it-
stronger and more expensive.
How's it standing up?
Barely. It's hopping. They're both sort of hopping on one foot.
I'm not even mad. That's sick. Cool.
All right. So they're both going to try and attack you at the same time by doing like kind of a bash move to try and like squash you again from both sides. So
Cool.
Oh, actually no, even better. One ducks down and the other one tries to push you and like knock you over.
It like gets behind me.
So one ducks down, fair enough. I'll give you dex save on that one with disadvantage because you're tired, boy.
14 and 2 is 16. 15 and 2 is 17. Yeah,
Okay, that was really good, and you suck.
I kind of hoped I didn't do well on that one, actually.
Yeah,
That's why
I was
read it
kinda
out
hoping
quick.
that
Yeah, I
too.
was like, no.
Uneven on his feet or his foot, he goes to push you with his one arm, and it's very weak. It's a very weak move. So now you've just got one guy on the ground. He like looks up. He's like, "Fuck," with his half mouth. And that's the end of their turn. Right. So the Oasis. It seems to have only a few features of any interest from where you are now. There's a single large palm tree, which has a stem made of a huge candy cane. The leaves are all peppermint leaf lollies. Those things are delicious.
Yes, they are.
From each of the branches hangs a gingy folk, and they are strung up by red licorice. They're all still alive and flailing. They're not dead. Below them, directly below this tree and surrounding the tree, is a puddle of milk.
How many ginger folk are hanging there?
There are 8 gingy folk hanging from the tree.
Do any of them look uncool?
There is definitely one that, like, I was going to say was wearing glasses. Like,
What do you
that's
mean?
the trope that is uncool. There's just one that is just kind of like, he's not uncool, but he's just a bit of a dick. Like, he's trying to swing at people. He's like, just stop moving. Let me grab you. Then I'll climb off. And then I won't actually save any of you, to be honest. But that's just how I
I
am.
was going to say, he's not sounding like a dick. He sounded like someone with a plan until you changed it at the end. I was
Yeah,
like,
no, he's just an asshole.
okay.
All right, so I say I use my mage hand to save 7 ginger folk, and then let the uncool one fall into the milk and absorb the milk.
Okay.
He's just like going to get
So
to
you're
be
going
a
to
bigger
use
gingerbread
the
man?
mage hand to carry the gingies across.
Yeah, the 7 ones
milk.
that I like.
Okay, for each one, I'm going to get you to roll an Arcana check for me. If it is substantially lower than my number in my head, then that may not work for you. You know what? I'm going to say the DC to carry a gingy with a mage hand, because it's basically like carrying a human. It's going to be 16.
I mean, I really only need to kind of punt them to the side, right?
You can
That's even
It's-
more
Just
slap
strength
'em with a
required.
hand.
Bitch slap them to safety.
I did say puddle, but in your reality, a puddle is
Pretty big.
quite a big pond. So
Yeah, so that's one thing I was confused about, because I'm thinking, like, why don't I just step over it and climb the tree?
we're talking in centimeters here, so it's not a gingy-sized puddle, it is a human-sized puddle. So probably, I can't think in the centimeters right now, but maybe 40 centimeters radius.
You're so
from the
familiar.
center.
He's much better with millimeters.
Ah.
Oh, how about we just shoot the licorice off the one we don't like, and he just falls?
Of the
Actually,
Dishu one.
I've got a better idea. I have a sling. I'm gonna shoot the licorice of the fuckwit.
Nice.
I want to
Alright.
see what happens.
Sure.
And then
me
do you want
a-
to stand
give me a
by with
shot.
mage hand to pull him out?
16.
Ah.
Nice. Your sling goes. What are you shooting?
My sprinkle sling.
That's right. You shoot sprinkles. Awesome. What color?
Oh, it's hundreds and thousands, baby.
Nice.
I'm all the
Nice.
colours.
This is like
best.
scatter like a shotgun.
I just go straight through him. Just falls to
Goes through
bits.
all of them. They all die. the single. No, you shoot them singly. So you shoot a single hundreds and thousand out of the sling, and it fires straight through the red licorice. You watch as it sort of tears, like when you pull a red licorice a little bit too far, and you watch it just slowly break, and then it just very slowly strings out and snaps. And then you watch this guy, and he basically just like chews down his hand so that he's got 2 fingers, and he's like, "Fuck you guys!" as he falls into the milk. And then you watch as a lot of the milk that was in the puddle absorbs into him, and then he just slowly, over the next 5 minutes of screaming obscenities at you, just slowly dissolves away, like when you drop a bit of your biscuit in your tea.
I wouldn't know what that's like. I don't drink tea.
It's quite unsatisfying and very infuriating, and when you get to the bottom, you're very disappointed.
Oh,
you drink
unsatisfied.
tea.
I know. I get that one.
So we are one less Gingy now, so there are 7 left.
So how's the milk
So how
looking?
much milk's left?
Yeah.
What percentage milk to gingerbread man is this? Like, can we tip the tide of putting enough gingerbread men in there that it's just soggy gingerbread?
There is very little gingerbread. There is lots of gingerbread men left. There is very little milk left. It looks to have consumed at least 50%.
Whoa, drop another one.
Could I bring the donut corpse of the donut dad and absorb the rest? Just pull it down the hill?
Yeah, sure thing. As you go to drag the donut corpse down the hill, we spin back over to Oliver Prince. Oliver Prince, you're now fighting the double muffin, the double apple walnut muffin. One is just on the ground behind you, like right near your feet. The other one is hopping directly in front of you.
Alright. With my still raging ability, I'd like to take my candy cane shiv and I'm going to go directly up the one in front of me and then just fall backwards and try and stab him into his counterpart.
Are you gonna get trying to get a double kill?
Oh, I'm trying to stab and then just get up to this height and fall so that it still stabs the other one. I want to stick them together so that they're like, instead of being a muffin going back together, they're like back together in a weird way with a skewer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Go for it.
What do you want for it?
Just a regular
Strength?
attack.
I'll just
Regular attack to start with to
I
make
like
sure that
that.
you can actually stab the first one.
9.
And you don't,
5.
so...
4.
Yep, great idea.
That's what I tried to do.
Shit execution. That's okay. So these guys are going to try to do the same move because they're still in the same position anyway. And if that doesn't work, I'm going to be really annoyed. So give me a dex save as I try to push you over.
2.
With
13.
a disadvantage.
13.
You're a piece of shit. Okay.
It's 11 and 2. What?
Just Josh and I got a 14.
Ah.
But so he pushes you, you fall over the other muffin, and then he's going to try and throw like an elbow into you as he dives over the other muffin. It's the flying apple muffin elbow. Does a 6 hit you? No, it doesn't. So, he has advantage on people who are prone. Does a 12 hit you? No, it doesn't. Cool. Great talk.
Where's the muffin land then? Does
So
he land next
disappointed.
to me?
He lands directly next to you. So now you're on the ground with two half muffins.
I was gonna
either
say,
side
is
of
my
you.
feet still on the one I got pushed over?
Yeah.
And then one's
yeah.
just next to me.
right next
Sick.
to you, and he's like, "Hey, bud." That's
Best
that'll be
threesome ever.
That would be it for my rage because I didn't hit them. And oh no, they hit me. They pushed me over.
it. They pushed you. Yeah, you didn't take any damage from it though, so it was just a flavor thing. All right. Bakery pun. I'll get you to go again on this round, Oliver Prince,
Okay.
because you are behind these guys
Prone,
now.
so I have to use rather than get up, can I just roll and go for a stab and try and pin him to the ground?
Totally.
Because I'm guessing the ground is made out of pastry anyway. So just for a hit, 12 and the 5, 17.
Yep, that'll hit.
Yep, I was hoping fucking so. Jesus. And then 8 on 3. So, what's that, 11?
12.
Yes.
Wait,
9,
11.
10, 11. 11. 11.
Jesus Christ. That's definitely
11
a
damage.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Nice. So that side of the muffin explodes. It is just...
Explodes!
Yeah, it is going to erupt. So you are going to take 4 bludgeoning damage as you and the other muffin piece are thrown across the room. And the other muffin piece is going to take double that because it is its own self. And at that point, it also explodes, throwing you across the other side of the room. So you're going to take another 3 bludgeoning damage.
Wow. Okay. Sweet. Alright, so I've rolled over and stabbed this thing, and then it's exploded, launched me.
Boom.
And then I've
It's
sort of
launched
like
both
hit
of you.
that thing, and then that one's exploded and launched me the other way.
Yep, correct.
Get up and be like, fucking happily.
Cause.
Just
Nice. All right, so you're out of combat. We're going to move over to the desert again now, as Elara attempts to drag the corpse of the Donut Daddy down the hill. As you drag it past the two kids crying in a puddle of their own icing sugar tears, they just erupt into more like emotional tears, I guess. Just start breaking down. Daddy! You're an animal! You're one of us! Can't you see you're one of us? And they just keep crying, and then you drag it over and you drop it into the milk puddle. And it works. The corpse starts to absorb the rest of the milk. Meanwhile, the 7 gingies above you are like, any help? Any chance you want to get us down from here at some point or another? Like, probably earlier rather than later would be really nice, because we've been stuck up here a while.
I don't like their attitude.
We don't have the attitude. The other guy did. He was a real asshole. His name was Greg. He was just a real piece of shit. But just saying, this has not been a fun day.
Well, yeah, but I'm here to save ya, and this is the thanks I get? Like, fuck, mate.
Well, look, man, like, I'm a gingerbread man. Like, fuck, what do you want me to do? Give you my left nut or something? I don't even have those, so, like, thanks, I guess, but, like...
Give me a gingerbread handy, mate.
Gumdrop buttons. Gumdrop buttons. Everyone needs more
it's the new
buttons.
currency.
I'm just gonna shake the tree.
Nice. Give me a strength check to shake that tree.
That was a terrible idea. 1. Was it 2 minus 1?
You forget that your hand is covered in fairy floss. Your hand is now stuck to the tree.
Mistakes were made. Elara, care to lick my hand a little bit?
No.
God damn it.
So, we have St. Dave stuck to the candy cane tree. Elara, what are you going to do?
What am I gonna do? I have a mallet. I have a dagger. I'm more worried about these ginger folk. I mean, he got himself onto this situation, so. I'm gonna burning hands the tree.
Alright, very good. Right, well, you don't even have to really do anything to do that. You just burning hands the tree. So you walk up and hit the tree with a blast of burning hands. You watch as it starts to burn and melt away. It starts to go that black, sugary, sort of a stinky black treacle sort of a smell as it starts to really melt up. The fairy floss around St. Dave's hand melts off, and St. Dave, you don't even feel the warmth from this fire, strangely enough, realizing that you're not affected by heat as you are a baked good. And the entire tree stump melts, and you watch as the whole thing collapses to the ground, and eventually you melt the entire thing into a puddle. And you're left with 7 gingies and you two. And 2 crying donut children in the background.
And whatever the item you're supposed to
We
collect
we
is.
can retrieve
Yeah,
our
like the
milk
item.
treasure.
I'll grab the item. Because clearly I did the most here.
So you grab out the item. It's wrapped in cling wrap, and as you unwrap it, you realize it is a small bag of cinnamon. Just straight cinnamon, not cinnamon sugar.
I'm just gonna rack up a line.
Oh, okay.
Don't be giving St. Dave powders and thinking he ain't racking them.
I did not actually think that was going to be a thing.
This is really on you.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. So you sniff this up your nose, and immediately your strange baked airways, however that works for a pastry good, completely seize up. give me a con save as you start to choke.
And it burns as
fuck, I
well,
got
like a
3.
spicy burn. Oh.
Yeah, you get the real spicy burns. Okay,
That was a nat
So-
1 plus 2.
you're gonna take. You just took 2d6 of damage, so you took 6 6 fire damage as this thing sort of burns through your insides in a way that you didn't think was possible. So yes, you are completely fire retardant, but this is from the inside out. And it sort of halts your breathing, and now you can only run half your speed. Worth it! And at that point, the Gingies are all kind of dusting themselves up off of their icing, the cinnamon sugar floor, and they're like, "What the hell? Why did you do that?"
I'm gonna whip whoever said that.
You whip him. He's like, "You son of a bitch! This is no better off." And one of them tries to put the tree back up, the remains of the tree.
Was it melted?
You're like, well, I guess
Just
thank
picking a
you.
goop up.
Yeah, it's just pieces. They're trying to gloop it back together. I guess, thanks for, saving us and stuff, I guess.
Sawyer.
Now what?
Do any of these ginger people know what the cinnamon is for?
No. These gingy people don't know what the cinnamon is for.
It's not for racking.
Gingy people, how long have you been gingy people? Just out of curiosity.
Time is kind of a bit messed up here because, well, we're in a desert and that's always sunny. There's not a day. It is just the day. So it could have been 10 minutes, but it's probably more likely at least 2 years. Yeah.
Let's book it to the muffin shop and get the other ingredients and make our flesh golem.
Should we take any corpse remains just in case?
Well, there's a muffin corpse in the muffin shop, right?
Well, it's kind of
You don't know that.
exploded.
You guys don't know that. Neither
know
of you
that.
know this.
I'm assuming
Yeah.
that there's a corpse somewhere out there.
Yeah.
Totally an apple and walnut muffin corpse, right?
To be fair, there could be another gingerbread corpse.
That's true.
By the
It
name
could
of
be.
Oliver Prince.
Yeah, because Oliver's a coward.
It's true. And he shits himself constantly, so.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. Roll me a con save on your shitting yourself.
Why?
Because you finally did something cool.
You gotta balance it out.
10. But it's advantage because it's proficient.
He's proficient and not shitting
18
himself.
plus 4. Hell yeah.
He's got his shard blockers on, folks.
Yeah, he's been doing his kegels.
Yeah. What's that? That's 22. So.
Nice. Okay. You save for now. Alright, as you guys begin to march off, the 7 Gingies follow as well. Because what else are they going to do in the desert? And you make it to the entrance once again. The 7 Gingies with you. Okay, so, Oliver Prince, you are in the muffin shop.
Huffing and puffing, standing there, covered in bits of fucking muffin, being like, what the fuck is going on? Gah. And then I guess I'll check out the store around me with just looking, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Give me a perception. Give me an investigation, actually. You're doing a bit more of an in-depth sort of a check.
I liked it better before. But 16.
Cool. I mean, that's pretty solid. So, you take a look around the store. There is some sort of a cellar, looks like a place where you would store your extra ingredients and things. As you open it up, there are 6 Gingies down there, waiting to be saved, and they all start to climb up the stairs.
Shut the
They
door.
just see me standing there with a candy cane shiv covered in bits of muffin. Cool.
Brutal.
Yeah.
One of them
so,
comes out and he's like, "Hi, my name's Cornelius. Thank you for saving us."
Sorry, man. What the fuck is going on here? Also, give me 1 second, and I want to go investigate these muffins for their nuts.
Nice.
Of course he wants to collect their
Give me an
nuts.
investigation roll. Give me an investigation roll on these nuts.
14.
You find these nuts. You find 2 nuts.
Cool. I just want to grab them and squish them against the wall, and then be like, all right, cool, that's sorted. That's sorted. All right. Do you know what the fuck's going on?
Look, your guess is as good as ours. We've been here for, well, I'm not really sure, but it's been at least a couple of years now, I think.
Maybe
Yeah.
even 1?
Look, it could be as little as 10 minutes. I don't know anymore, really.
Yeah.
Right,
Psychically thought that might be the fucking case.
We came to this town, like White Ridge. They sort of were kind of a bit quirky, but, you know, who isn't these days? And then we came to the festival, got turned into these gingies, got taken as these nuts slaves, you know, did some things, some unspeakable things, and now we're here. So thank you for that.
Back right up to unspeakable and start speaking.
Oh, we don't speak of those things, my friend. That's why I said unspeakables.
It's gonna slowly lift the candy cane shiv towards him.
He just looks terrified. He's like, we don't speak of these things.
Intimidate for it.
Go for it if you want. Roll intimidation.
Not only do I have a -1 on intimidation, possibly
Nice.
the whole gingerbread scenario, I rolled a 1.
Awesome. With that, a chonker of a gingy walks over, grabs your... just a big boy comes over. He's like, enough of that. Grabs your candy cane, snaps it on his leg, and just throws it over his head. You don't have a candy cane anymore.
Oh, I liked my shiv.
With a 1,
That's
you
fair.
just you
that's
struck
cool.
out there. He's like, look, we need to be working together. Some of us have been in here longer than 2 years. At least 15 minutes, possibly 3 years. All right? Now,
You people are fucked. Where are my mates? I'm just gonna walk out
Oh.
the door.
hold on a second. Just fucking slow down. This is the part where you learn how to use the ingredients and stuff, son.
Fucking plot.
This is the exposition, mate.
Stop just tabbing through the quest. You got to listen to the quest.
Just show me the marker.
You
Skip,
are you on your own?
skip.
You you got that?
I just gotta bring up the quest log.
Quest log appears near your head. It says, get icing sugar and cinnamon and meet at the tavern.
Cool. Were the muffins covered in ice and sugar?
No.
Alright, cool. Any of you gingers know if there's icing sugar in this muffin fucking situation?
They're like sitting there silent for a moment. They're like, oh, now we can talk. Right. Well, if we
Skip.
knew. There's no quest update.
Alright, I'm gonna leave.
Good luck, adventurer.
And then I'm guessing timing wise, hopefully we just like bust out the stores at the same
It's
time.
ridiculous how well the timing is. It's been at least 2 hours before you see these guys come out of the donut hole. And they finally come out. You're like sitting on the street just waiting for them. With their 7 gingy strong army behind them. And then the guys behind you file out as well with their 6. Looking
Cool.
over at the others, they're like, right, we're going to the tavern. We'll wait for you there. Looks like you've already got
No,
the cinnamon.
help us. We got you lot. Army.
I mean, if you want.
Well, we have to go to the other
Yeah.
store, right? And it's going to be hard to fit like
Yeah.
12
Yeah.
gingies in a store.
No.
I
You
don't
send
want
them
any
in
gingers
first.
following me into a store.
I don't want them to follow. I want to send at least one in first and watch what happens.
Right, well, we're not going to be your cannon fodder, so...
I wasn't saying. I was talking to these guys. Shut up. Fucking NPCs.
I think they can hear you, mate.
Ugh.
We're literally right next to you. What do you expect?
Skip.
Why does it keep saying it?
Skip. Apparently, according to these guys, we've got to get some shit. Oh, you got some.
Yeah.
Cinnamon.
Don't recommend racking it.
Less than we started with.
Okay. Well, one more store by my count.
Yeah, let's go to Flappers, eh?
What's a fucking flapjack?
It's like a pancake, fuckhead.
Oh.
It's an American name for a pancake.
Do you guys need frosting salve healing?
Oh yeah, I could
Yes.
go. Just glaze me a little bit.
Yeah, I would like to glaze them.
So 9
healings. That's pretty solid,
actually.
actually.
That is very solid.
Alright, so you head over to the Flapjack Folly Shack. Opening the door to the Flapjack Folly Shack, the ground is completely covered in maple syrup. There are tables and chairs made from, like, just dough, it looks like, floating on top of the syrup. The depth of the syrup is unknown to you because you don't have syrup vision, only milk vision.
I actually have 4 feet of syrup vision.
4 feet, damn,
Yeah.
you see everything.
I'm Canadian, so I'm completely immune to syrup.
Nice.
No, doesn't that make you weak to syrup?
True. You can't help it. You just immediately
Exposure.
need to drink it.
I'm just gonna immediately run in and try and slide the syrup wave.
All right.
Oh.
You're gonna try and like ride that wave across.
Yeah.
Wait,
Cool.
what's on the other side of the syrup?
And
don't
then you just
know yet.
ran in. You just ran in.
It just goes forever?
Syrup was on
He was on the ground and he was like, "Sweet."
All right. So you guys open the door. Immediately, you watch Saint Dave charge past you guys and try and do like one of those like slide things where you run and then you stop and you just sort of keep sliding. Your feet just that one. As soon as he runs and stops, immediately just falls into the syrup, which is actually a like very, very deep river of maple syrup and is now drowning. Give me a con save.
I regret nothing. 13.
13? Okay. I was like, yes. So you're going to take two maple syrup drowning damage. That's a thing. As you begin to drown and you feel your crummy composure sort of starting to break under the pressure of this liquid.
Oh snap!
My fragile composure.
What are you guys going to do? Still
I'll just
currently-
reach a hand in and get. How far in did he get?
I mean, he's like, he ran, but he also can't run that fast, so he's not
Yeah.
that far in. He's like
Can I
5 feet,
like,
5 centimeters.
If I wanted to reach him with an arm, could I grab his leg and just yank him out?
Yeah, you could probably do that.
Yeah, I'll go for that.
All right, go for it. So you just grab him. I'm just gonna say you do it. You do it.
It's strength though. I got plus
grab
3
him
on
out.
strength, so it's like.
So as you're about to pull him fully out, you see ripples through the maple syrup river around you. That's it. That's all you see.
Make a
Right.
little pop sound. Pull it.
I'm gonna use wild shape and just turn into a pretzel prowler and go for a swim. I'm going back.
What? You didn't want something that's like meant to have maple syrup on it or something?
No.
Nice.
Okay.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
All right.
So you turn into a pretzel-shaped image.
You hear,
You hear
over
the top of that,
you
you
hear
the commentator sort of chime in, because I almost forgot because you guys split up everything. Well, it looks like the Gingy Trio have survived our bakehouse brawl with Nutty Muffin Top. What could be in store next for our failed frosted treats? We'll find out. Well, right now, because it's happening in front of our eyes. And then he chimes back into the action. That's it.
Thank you.
Yep.
So he wild shaped.
Is there anything on the other side of this river of maple syrup? Or is it just like a sea of maple syrup as far as the eye can see?
Give me a perception check on the river of maple syrup. Because you guys didn't do anything but run into the room.
He ran in, I pulled him back, and then he turned into a pretzel and jumped back in.
Pretzel proud
18.
is technically a snake.
18.
Snakes are quite
Okay.
good at swimming.
18 plus 1.
18.
19.
Very good. With a 19, your gingy eyes see the river continues on for quite a distance. It is kind of a narrow room, so it's probably only about 15 centimeters wide, but the depth of the room is about 60 centimeters long. At the very end of the room, sitting on top of a shining desk, is just a single bag of icing sugar, and it's just got a little arrow. It's just like pointing down at it, and as it slowly spins around.
Can I do Ray of Frosty to freeze a path on the maple syrup?
Nice.
You can certainly try.
Yeah,
I try.
Thanks. I'm not swimming
that.
in that or anything.
I didn't ask you to do that.
I pulled out.
You know, but I turned
he
into a
turned
snake
into
and
a
jumped back
pretzel
in.
and dived back in.
I'm not responsible for your problems.
I did
be
not
fair, I
realize
already
you jumped
saved
in.
you,
I
so
totally missed that
tough.
part. My bad. Okay. So you turn into the pretzel and jump straight back into the river of maple. And at the same time, we're about a moment later, because you're wiggling so slowly, we have Elara who's starting to freeze the surface, and you feel yourself starting to slow right down. And just as it sort of freezes over, and your tail end of your pretzel gets caught, you see right in front of you something lurking in the depths of the dark maple, and it swims past you very quickly for a moment, and then it doubles back, and you see the sharpened teeth of a flapjack swimming straight for you. Everyone roll for initiative. All right, what do we get, guys?
4.
20.
Whoa.
Damn.
Natural or add up to?
Shit.
Oh.
Okay. Did you say 4? Oi, oi, oi. Okay, so I guess St. Dave ain't going last for once.
About time.
What? Kind of works. I am out the door kind of thing, whereas he's in the stuff and she's frosting over the top, so presumably she's standing in front of me.
Yeah, it kind of works in the order you think it would. So Elara, you're up first. You've just started frosting the very start of it. You watch as Pretzel Man down there gets pinned a little bit, and then you see this creature lurk out of the darkness of the maple. Its massive flapjack mouth open, sharpened teeth at the ready, and it's about to try and bite down on St. Dave. What are you gonna do?
That sounds like a Dave problem.
Really.
I just keep freezing.
True. Okay, so at this point you're gonna have to get on the ice to get the reach to freeze more ice. Yep. Okay, so you get onto the top of your frozen maple and give me a dex save as you attempt to stay on your stubs of gingy feet.
12, and I have +2.
It's pretty good.
Okay, you manage to stumble a little bit and stay on your feet for now, and you do the next set of ice. So just in front of you, you do another 10 centimeters of frost, which does somewhat encapsulate the creature under the maple syrup river, but it entirely covers our pretzel friend as well. So, so roll for damage on the creature, which I'll roll for a save on, which doesn't save, And our pretzel friend, with disadvantage, I'll give you a dex save on that one
Yeah, sure, mate.
to try and escape its...
19.
Okay.
See? Cursed dice. Done.
Is that the D20?
It is the D20. No. Just a D8 of damage. Yep.
D8. 8! I'm so good at this.
Damn. Okay, so you hit this creature with 8 frost damage as you watch it start to ice over under the depths. The top of the surface is frozen. The depths are not quite frozen hard. It is just a ray of frost after all. So, and it's a cantrip, so you don't get everything. You know, why would you? That's it. That's all you've got, basically, at this point. So you're now standing on the ice. You have ice in front of you, ice behind you. You've now got a 20-foot run towards the 60, or 20 centimeter run towards the 60 centimeter end. Is that everything, Elara, that you can do? I believe it is.
Probably.
Probably
She
is.
move.
Oh, you can still move forward. So you can move forward the 10 feet on that, the 10 centimeters on top of that strip.
I guess I go to the end of my ice.
Yep. All right. So you're now at the end of the icing run, which is 20 centimeters in length. So 40 centimeters to go. Okay. So now it's the creature's turn, and the creature is stuck in this icing. So I'm going to try and get him out. With a 3, it remains stuck. So roll another D8 of damage as it remains stuck inside of the icing.
A 3.
Cool. Awesome. So the other flapjack comes out of the water, or out of the maple syrup though, and grabs you and is going to drag you into the depths. With a 16, does that hit your armor class? I assume it does.
15 armor class.
Fantastic. One above. How good's that? So you're going to take 2 piercing damage as the flapjack takes you into the maple syrup. And then at that point, you are going to need to give me a con save as you hit the maple.
Oh, it's a nat 1.
Oof. Okay. You're still only going to take 2, unfortunately. I rolled low. So, 2 maple syrup drowning damage. And that is the end of this creature's turn, which still currently has you in its mouth. St. Dave, you're free of the frost.
Okay.
Right in front of you is one of the creatures that seems still lodged inside of the frost. It is not entirely hard frozen though. It is still moving and like gnashing its teeth, but the top of it is stuck to this frosting above.
Okay. I'm just gonna like swim past it and just keep heading towards my to the icing.
Nice. It can't have a opportunity attack because it can't move like freely.
Oh, thank God.
So it gnashes out at you trying to get you, but it doesn't, and you just squirm straight past it.
I just get my tail up and just sort of gesture like a. As I go past.
It just looks like a tail. He's like, oh.
Pancake just shrugged at me.
Now we've seen everything. All right, what's your movement on your pretzel?
30 centimeters, but you said I had a limitation on movement, didn't you? Because of my.
You did have a little bit of an impediment, but in shape-shifting form, that is not going to apply because you are a different entity. So you can make it your whole 30 centimeters.
And so that would put me around the 40 centimeter mark, if memory serves. Because I was about at the end of the first ray of frost.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So you've only got 20 centimeters left in distance. So you've only used your movement though. What else do you want to do?
Fuck it, I'll dash if I can.
Might as well. Nice. So you dash easily enough and you get to the item on the table.
Alright, cool. That's it. I'm just gonna grab it for now. I can't really do anything else with it.
Yep. Yeah, cool. All right, your pretzel hands reach out and grab the item, and now you have it.
Do I have pretzel hands? I'm supposed to be a snake form.
I don't know. Like, I think you just have like miniature, like tiny little hands, but they can't do anything like specific.
Well, if I have tiny little
otherwise you could
hands,
just grab
I'm
it in
gonna
your mouth.
I'm gonna just rack up a line of it.
I'll allow it because it's just consistency. All right. So this time you're gonna take.
Just straight to damage.
Yeah, no con save.
You're gonna take 4 healing.
Oh yes.
What?
Yep. From the icing. So there you go. It's not all bad, guys, but you now have less icing than you did before, so there is that.
That's fine.
Yeah, totally fine. All right, how's that gonna ever come back to hurt you guys later on? But
As long as I get to turn back to a human, I don't give a shit.
Okay, so Oliver Prince, end of the line there. You've just at the door.
Yep. I'll just.
You see about 10 centimeters in front of you, Flapjack is stuck just underneath the coating of icing. 20 centimeters in front of you is Elara, standing at the edge of their icing run that they've made. All the way at the other end of the room, we've got St. Dave holding and sniffing the icing sugar at the same time. And there is another creature somewhere. Oh no, that's right. Alara's not on there. She's
I was gonna
just
say
below
Alara's
the
under.
surface.
Yeah.
Just below the surface with the Flapjack.
So I got 30 centimeters, so it's a 20 centimeter icing sugar
Icing
path,
run?
right? Yeah.
Yep.
So I'll get to the end of it, look down, and just peg my jelly bean javelin straight at that thing.
Yep. Awesome.
Try and like harpoon this thing deeper into the
Go for
maple,
it.
like full arm strength, everything I got. Let's go, son. 16 plus 5.
That'll hit
21.
for sure. So this is
And
your
that's-
javelin going through it?
Yeah, it's a
Nice.
D6 plus 3. Oh, 6. 9.
Damn. That's huge.
9 piercing damage on the fucking Flapjack. Deeper
Nice.
into the maple.
You wail
I wish
this
I'd raged
thing
now.
and you just
So it was
you
like,
drag it all the
wail.
way to the depths. You drag it all the way to the depths with Lara in its mouth, about 30 centimeters deep.
I was trying to free her. Sorry.
And as it hits the ground and gets pinned to the bottom of the ocean of maple, they roll for it to... It lets Elara go at that point, at the base.
You're welcome.
It is now pinned to the bottom and is struggling, but it can't seem to get free as well. So Elara is now freed, but also 30 centimeters deep.
Cool. Flattened it like a pancake.
D4 there. And you did something cool, so roll me a con save.
What? So I got advantage and plus 4, so 8 plus 4 is 12.
Yep.
Or 3 plus 4, so 7. So 12.
Okay. The pants that you were once wearing crack around the rear end. You now have a deep running crack, which means that you will now have a regular roll for con saves now and no longer an advantage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Yep. Making it more and more possible for you to shit your pants before the end of this campaign.
Shit his
I
pants
want to know what the
again.
shit's gonna be.
Again.
I kind of want to know what the shit's gonna be, though.
Yeah,
Is
true.
it just gonna be like jelly? Like,
Who knows? I don't.
did you just say poo nose?
No, I
Because
said
I want
I
you to
said
take
who
damage
knows.
for that. I don't know how to damage the DM, but I want him to take it for that.
All right, so one creature is pinned to the base of the entire place. Elara, you are now freed up, but 30 centimeters below the depth.
Yeah.
What's your movement?
My movement.
So it'll be speed.
Speed. My speed is 30 feet.
Okay.
Great.
So your 30 centimeters will get you to the top.
I was gonna see if I could do my mage hand to like do something cool, like pull myself up, but I guess I can just swim.
You could do that to assist yourself, and I'll allow that you can actually get out of the maple and onto your icing platform again.
I do that.
Cool. Awesome. That's rad. All right, you're now out of the maple syrup. You will take another damage for being in there, though, so that's another 2 damage from earlier. Okay, so Flapjack's turns. The one at the base does not free itself from the base of the whatever you call it, maple syrup river. The other one is going to free itself from right near Elara, so it's going to turn and see St. Dave has got the item.
There you go.
And it's going to try and knock St. Dave into the maple syrup, making the item completely useless. But it does not do that. So it swims up to you and dives out of the maple sea and is now just in front of you. And I'll let you do something cool if you want with it while it's midair. So St. Dave, you're up.
I'm about to turn the tables. As it comes up to knock me down, I'm going to bite it on the face.
All tiny
Do
pretzel.
we have gingerbread teeth?
Well, he has pretzel teeth right now.
Well, yeah.
So I'm
Like
gonna say
they're like the
like
salt
Are they
crystals
like
on a
the
pretzel?
Yeah, the rock salt.
Yeah, so I was gonna say the salt, just all fucked up as teeth.
Nice.
Yeah, like crackhead teeth.
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
is
yeah.
fitting
I was
for the guy
totally
that's
picturing
railing everything that he fucking gets.
that. Lining everything up. Awesome. Go for it.
Alright,
Roll a tooth attack.
that's a 5.
Damn, that sucks. You go to bite him and you dive straight into its mouth. You've now been swallowed by the flapjack.
That's
As well as the icing sugar, it's just inside of this flapjack. So currently safe, not wet, but the flapjack hits the maple syrup river, and now you are inside of it as it swims around. Okay, keeping in mind that St. Dave is inside of this thing, but it's also in the maple syrup. So if he does come out, there is a chance that the icing sugar might get wrecked in the maple syrup river. So you guys probably need to think of a way to stop that from happening prior to that.
I think we need to get this flapjack on solid ground, right?
Probably. Or, yeah, somehow. Oliver Prince.
Yeah, I've got no weapons left. I guess I'll dash to him in whatever bizarre dive into maple and swim to him that looks like.
Okay. Go
Yep.
for it. Yep, that's what you do. So you dash to him. You're now right next to the flapjack. Probably about 5 centimeters from the surface. Give me a con save as you dive in. With just a regular, not an advantage. Okay, so you're going to take 4 damage as you dive in to save him. That's 4 maple syrup drowning damage. Yeah.
So I'll rage now and try and draw this thing's attention. I'll be like, I'm fucking sick of these evil pastries.
Cool.
Classic.
How are you going to draw it? Yeah, true. How are you going to draw its attention? Are you trying to use charisma? Are you performing? What are you doing? Intimidating?
Yeah. Let's go with...
Boy, it doesn't look like you're staring at your spec sheet to figure out what's best.
Okay, you're just using straight charisma, you
nothing's-
son of a bitch.
Yeah, nothing there's particularly good though, so that's fine. Or 18 minus 1, so 17.
That's actually not bad. All right,
Yeah.
it definitely, you pull its attention to you, and it's like, this one's inside of me, so I've got nothing but time, and like I could probably eat you as well, so that's fine. So now he's aimed at you for the next one. Elara.
Cool.
I'm guessing I can't mage hand the flapjack up onto the shore, can I? It's probably a bit heavy.
It is definitely way heavier than a gingy.
I mean, I could freeze it, but that doesn't really... Well, I guess it would stop it getting wet. Can I freeze the flapjack? And everybody who's in the flapjack?
You would have to get closer with our rules of Ray of Frost and this Ray of Frosting in this environment.
Am I currently on a bit of frost?
You are, yep.
And how close am I to the flapjack?
I think you're still 40 centimeters away.
I'm quite far. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think there's much I can do, so I think I'll use my mallet to break some of the frost and make a little frost like raft.
Oh yeah. And you're gonna start like
Yeah.
Rowing to them.
Yeah, with my bread.
Nice.
awesome. So you, easily enough, you smash the frosting, and you're just going to use your hard candy breadstick to start rowing towards them.
Yep.
Nice. Give me an acrobatics to see how far you might make it with this great idea.
I roll a 5.
Okay.
Plus 2.
That's not great. So I'm going to give you 10 centimeters. So you would have made it further if you jumped, but you would have got wet. So you're not wet, but you made it 10 centimeters. That's it. That's it.
Like no one's ever heard that from Justin before.
Yeah.
It does work. You got 10 centimeters. Oh, wow. It's got some layers to it, that one. All right. So, Flapjack. It is going to attack, well, firstly, the one down the bottom. Let's not forget about that guy. It rolls a 1, so it goes to pull itself off of the stick, and so instead of lifting itself up, it pulls itself straight and manages to slice itself into 2, and you just hear gurgling noises from the maple syrup as it sort of dies. So, and then 2 pieces of Flapjack just float to the surface and are now rafts somewhere in between. Okay, and now the next one is going to try and consume Oliver Prince. I would say a 7 isn't going to work for you, so it just goes to attack and is now mid-attack as it is now St. Dave's turn. So this thing has dived up out of the maple syrup to do a dive down and is now in the middle of the air, giving you a possible opportunity for escape and or damage.
I'm going to try and use as much force as I can to sort of springboard myself from inside its mouth to just gnaw my way out its arse end.
Nice. Always a good plan.
Always eat arse, man.
Yeah. All right, roll for the attack on that one.
Fuck's sake, 7.
God damn it, man. I would totally allow if it was even close, but that's just not even...
No, that's dog shit.
It's not a number that's even gonna cut it. Unfortunately, you launch yourself at its arsehole and it just clenches. Now you're stuck. You're stuck somewhere on the inside. Now.
Story of my life.
Dang it. All right, Oliver Prince, you see this thing go up into the air and is now above you.
Maple fucking syrup, so I'm raging.
You're going to take 2 more damage, being starting your turn inside of the maple syrup river.
Yep. Presumably I'm near the island that the thing was on, right?
You are very close to the
item was
island. Yep.
Can I just do a heave out and then just jump from there and try and grab this flapjack and pull it to the ground?
Yeah?
Like a big fucking... Just want to...
Yeah, nice. You're just going to try and slap it down onto the desk. Yep.
That's the plan.
Go for it.
Do you want an unarmed strike, or do you want a strength or an acrobatics or something? Or
Let's give it a strength, because it is probably contesting mine.
19 plus 3.
19
If you
plus
get 20,
3.
I'll be real mad. Yeah.
No, I only got an 8. So, yeah, you well and truly grab this thing and swing it around like crazy. As you swing it around, St. Dave comes sliding out and straight up into the air and is now just above you. And then, so you're all sweet. You do notice, St. Dave, that above you, as you fly up into the air, there is a massive lever, basically, and you pretty much almost land on it so that we can get this thing drained. You land virtually like just using your tiny little arms. You just like bink, and then just pull the lever, and you just hear like a bathtub emptying out of maple syrup as it just runs down the drain.
Nice.
The flapjack hits the. How much damage did you do to the flapjack?
I didn't roll damage.
Definitely
what do you
roll
want?
damage on that.
Because it was like I slapped it.
Oh, it's just gonna be bludgeoning. So give me a d6 of bludgeoning, plus your 2 for rage.
3.
Okay. That is the original one that has taken damage before, though, and
Yep.
is going to be doubled because it is on dry land. So it is
I was
enough.
wondering about that.
Yeah. There's not much of it, so when it does, it messes it up. Fish out of water,
Sick.
so to speak. So yeah. All right. So with that, the flapjack is no more. It just completely breaks into pieces.
Slap it on the ground, and it's just like.
Yeah. Just breaks up into pieces, and then you watch as the
Sick.
maple syrup tub starts to empty out, and there's just a 30-centimeter like bottom pit down there. And who was in the liquid? No one at this point.
No.
Oh, you got thrown out.
Alara was
You
on
know.
a raft, so you just
I'm
sort of
spiraling the
surface
tub.
raft down to the yeah. You're spiraling
Circling the
along.
drain. I'm okay.
It's one of those plug holes that are like child safe, so you're not going to slide through or anything. Yeah, you just sort of skeet to a bottom, so you're all good. And everyone is safe. You're out of combat. Hooray!
I'm going to turn back to a human, grab me some pancake. Preferably
Wait,
a
Never.
Do that? What?
Yeah.
I don't think he. I think he
He's
means
a
a
gingy.
ginger.
He's a ginger.
Right.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know.
Right. I was like,
As
what,
human
you
as you'll
just
ever be.
Yeah,
ending the
Yeah,
plot of
I'm
the
just-
game. Yeah.
I win. Thank.
As human as you'll ever be, a gingy. Yep.
Yeah, just gonna move back to a gingy, grab me a bit of pancake face. I'm gonna pull the face bit off, and
Nice.
just grab that as some roadies and continue out.
Awesome. All right. So you head back out you manage to traverse the outer edge of the room like a bathtub.
Yeah, I was gonna say
and
it's like a
find your way
pool.
out. It's pretty deep, and the walls are
I'll skate
quite
my way
high,
out.
really. So okay,
Use
yeah,
icing
you
sugar.
skate your way out. You use up the entire bag of icing sugar.
Sorry, I meant the frosting.
The frosting.
All right, Elara, you're down the bottom of the pit though. You're 30 centimeters down. How are you going to get out of there?
Can I pole vault with my rock candy?
You can try. 30 centimeters is quite high.
Is it?
She's a pole master, though.
I am.
This is true. You have mastered this specific pole, so I will give you advantage on this.
The pole is submissive.
Okay, so D20. Oh, 8. That's not very good.
So go again and see if it's better, hopefully.
10 plus 2. 12?
12. You guys are just about to like leave and you forget about Elara entirely, and then you just hear as she slides down the side of the wall. She's still down there.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, eh? And I'm just gonna keep walking.
Don't you have a licorice whip?
Can you grab my javelin?
Okay, I'll trade you. Get me
Because it's
out
like
of here.
stabbed into the bottom.
That's true. Sounds like a trade.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how are we gonna get her out? What do you got? Mage hand?
I do have mage hand.
It's not helpful.
Give him the javelin and then just leave.
Can you mage hand the javelin up to me? I've got an idea to get you out of there.
Are you gonna just leave with the javelin?
No.
Okay.
And I leave.
You son of a bitch.
Thank you.
Wow. That is rough.
I did save her, in fairness.
I'm pretty sure I healed both of you with my icing hands, with my glazed hands.
She did heal you guys. Yes, this is true.
Yeah,
What-
and
what
then
other
she
spells
also
you
tried
got?
to set a tree I was stuck to on fire.
I freed you.
And you worked out that you weren't able to be burnt.
That's right.
Nah, this sounds
Helpful.
like some dickery.
Alright. Is there anything else in this room, or is it basically empty bathtub, random island in the middle?
Empty bathtub. Yeah.
Do you have any water spells?
No. I have Ray of Frosty, but I don't think that's going to help me. I have Mage Hand. My other spells, like, I have to rest before I can use them again, right?
Yeah. What if you
Maybe.
hit the lever again with your mage hand and it fills up and you can just, like,
Can I do that?
come back up?
You can do that. There's no reason you can't do that.
Alright, I'll have to do that.
Yep, that's an entirely reasonable response to the current situation you were in. You fill the bathtub back up, you ray of Frosty the ground in which you are walking on once you have some maple syrup to do so, and you float casually back to the top with your arms folded and just a little bit upset about the whole ordeal, and you're out of it. Alternatively, you could have used maybe some flapjack parts and just like gooed up the walls and done like the whole like yeah.
Or I could have helped with my whip, but you know.
There was a number of things that could have been done. This wasn't actually even a puzzle at all. It was just a bathtub, but that's okay.
Sometimes the hardest puzzle is getting out of the bath,
This is true. This is true.
especially at our age.
Okay. So, in a surprising twist, our competitors have survived their syrupy surprise. They've lasted longer than the fantastic competitors from the day before, that's for sure. Wink. Stick around for some more sweet, sweet action after this word from this year's sponsors.
Big Al Snow Globe Emporium. For all y'all snow globe trotting needs.
Collectible.
We've got a snow globe to suit you! With themes ranging from Winterfest to my auntie's funeral.
Unicorns.
Shake up your world with one of Big Al's snow globes now.
Unpredictable.
Get some!
Okay.
Yep. All right. So, you have your items. Right, as you head towards the tavern, the ground around you begins to quake. There is a snowstorm sort of swirling up. And this is not just from your ground, but around every grounds. The door to the tavern is wide open. You see a massive congregation of gingy folk within. The sign above the door reads the Bell End Tavern, but it's been scribbled out and the gumdrop button Rebellion has been written in its place. You all walk into the tavern and there's a hush over the crowd awaiting some sort of invigorating speech from the three of you.
How you going?
Yeah, so being a ginger sucks. I knew everyone was right.
It's the lack of soul that'll get you.
The bizarre genetics, and weirdly, these types of gingers are immune to heat.
But not shitting themselves.
The big buff Gingy and the little guy walk forward. He's like,
I brought him along because of the other time that, you know, yeah, you guys aren't very nice, but anyway, so the general premise is you combine the cinnamon with the icing sugar with just a touch of water, and we've got ourselves some paste, and basically, yeah, we're gonna make ourselves a golem out of this, and yeah.
What a guess.
So, what a guess! I know, right?
So, it's your choice, but yeah, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys how we do this because you got us this far, and that's further than any of us have made it so far in this whole thing. But you got basically two options. Otherwise, we're basically just the same size. You can combine all of us to make one huge creature, or you can make three large creatures. And what you decide will depend on.
We're gonna Power Ranger this shit as gingerbread men.
No. We make one like giant fucking Cronenberg monstrosity.
Yeah. I thought we make 3 and then they mix together. Like
No,
some
no,
Power
no.
Ranger shit.
There's only enough paste to do this once. So, you gotta decide straight off the bat.
Fine.
One big
Let's get all-
Cronenberg. One big Cronenberg. One big
Get
Cronenberg.
all gingerbread centipede on this.
Is that what you guys are doing? You going big Cronenberg?
Is that not what we're doing? We're just one big...
No.
Human
Like just some
centipede
big
gingerbread
fucked up
man?
mutant thing. Like the one reborn from Bloodborne. Shit like that. Just
I was picturing
I'm
like
imagining
the
more
putrid
like...
Teenage Mutant
limbs and-
Ninja Turtles beast from the new movie.
Yeah.
I haven't
I
seen
think it's
that.
dope.
Godric the Grafted.
Yeah,
Just
shit like
fucking
that,
up.
you know. Just
Yeah.
appendages hanging out in weird ways, you know. Gross shit. I'm all
But they-
about it.
Like gum drops and
Nice.
shit all over it.
The guy's like,
Well, all right then. Let's get this party started.
and he immediately just starts like spitting on the stuff, like slamming it together and making this weird paste, and all of the 13 gingies that you guys saved all start to break pieces off of each other to like make certain shapes and stuff. You guys basically mold it however you feel with yourselves in their image. Yep. So what are you picturing
good-
this thing to exactly look like?
Like the
croissant.
fucking flesh monster from season 3 of Stranger Things.
Oh, gross. Like the
Oh yeah.
the mind
yeah.
flayer, but it's made out of rats.
Yeah, rats and people. Yeah. That one.
Nice. All right, so that's canonically what it is. However, it also didn't have
I was
wings,
imagining.
No.
Okay,
I was just
this one
imagining a
does.
big croissant, and it walked like that.
That's terrible.
right? All right, so you guys make the massive golem thing. It has wings, so it can fly, and you can hear all of the cohesive thoughts of every one of the Gingies all at once. It's just a mess. And then the little nerdy Gingi's like,
Guys, shut up. This is the part they need to understand how this all works. This is the final showdown thing. He's like, so, this part, you need to stop the witches. You remember the witches, right? The ones that were in the town square? No? Great. Awesome.
I
Great.
do.
Well, those totally 3 witches that were standing on some sort of, like, pedestals. They're up there. Anyway, before we go magic and get real big...
I was unconscious in a sleigh.
Oh, well, no one needs your fucking life story, guy. Like, what are you gonna do, try and hit me? Anyway. Look, basically you need to just stop their concentration is all you need to do. And then that will pretty much break the whole curse on us thing. And then just for, like, good measure, we should probably kill the mayor. But, that's just a little bit of a bonus. Because that guy's a dick, and I'm pretty sure he's the guy behind all of this. So, they're the things that we need to do. If you can help with that, that would be great. I mean, we're all sort of part of one entity now, so I have, I don't know, 1/16 of a say, I guess. So, we're fucking doing it.
Cool.
Yeah, right.
So we're just riding on the back of this thing that's like a spider with wings.
you guys are all part of it,
Add a
basically.
gingerbread.
So at this stage, you're just one big boss versus...
Oh.
like,
Oh, we're
all
in
of
it
them.
too. Right.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
all
you guys
about
are all
this.
cheesed up on this thing. Yeah, you're all just...
I
a bit of
totally hope that when we get turned back to human, we just these fucking flesh things all fucking
fall
molded
over.
together.
it. With 16 individuals all stuck together.
Well, teacher to leave me behind.
Mess. Yeah, see, lucky. That was the final part. If you didn't have, like, 16 was the number. It's not true, but you would have suffered, and you would have had less large creatures and not as big of a fully combined creature. So, or you would have had like 3 mediums. So,
Fair enough.
no one wants 3 mediums. That's just regular people. So, yeah, this thing is actually huge in size. So we're talking a big,
Like in
a
real
big
size?
monster. In real size. So as you guys are speaking about
How
game
did that
plan and
happen?
how to do this and all the rest of it, you guys just jam up all of these gingies, and suddenly you grow larger than the actual town itself. So now you guys are about almost the size of a building.
So this
in
is like Power
actual
Rangers when
size.
Rita would throw a stick down and be like, "Make my monster grow," and it would be like, blub, 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 blub.
Yeah,
That's exactly it.
Or maybe the golem is like a flan, like it rose in the oven.
yeah.
Ah,
Or it could be like a souffle and it just fucking collapses.
It's just like
It's just full of air.
opened it too
Nice.
early. No.
All right. So you've got 3 witches that you basically need to break the concentration of, and then for good measure, you need to try and kill the mayor. However, for some reason, you know that there is only a certain amount of time left, like the night is getting too late, and the one shot is going too long, and you feel as though there's only about 5 rounds to be able to actually achieve this goal. So you've got 5 rounds
I thought
to
you said
make
5
it.
rounds. You didn't want to do like,
Yeah,
what was that? 6 seconds by
Fi-
5?
5
Like,
minutes?
you like, no,
Yeah.
5 rounds.
You got 30 seconds basically of your turn
Yeah.
to make this happen. So you guys are ginormous now. Well, you're huge in size. You guys come crashing out, and all hell breaks loose around you. There's a massive swirling storm happening on the outside of town. You see pieces of buildings start to disintegrate and get thrown around into the air as well. There are people just getting flung around by the storm already. But you see the mayor look over at you guys and be like, "Oh, I'm getting the fuck out of here." And he just starts legging it in the opposite direction. And then these witches start to try and gain back control over the whole scenario. So they're starting to cast and go a bit nutso. And yeah, that's it. So now give me an initiative roll. I'm going to initiative roll my witches, and we'll throw down.
Yeah, this sheet.
8.
9.
I roll a 10 plus anything plus 2. 12.
Wow. Okay, 5 rounds starts now. What are you guys going to do? Elara, you're at the top of it. You've got to move as obviously one unit as well.
Suck my unit.
So do I still have all my spells, even though I'm part of a golem?
You do, yes. Yep. You can cast out of it.
Okay. Can I... Are these witches wearing hats?
They are, yes. Very pointed hats, yes.
Can I use my mage hand to snatch the hat off a witch?
No, just like pull it down over her eyes like a cartoon distraction.
Yeah. Can I do that?
Either way, yep, sure. All right, yeah, you can totally pull down the hat. Go for it. Yeah, you notice that each hat is a different color. Which one are you going for?
What colours are they?
Actually, I guess to deem more, you would have to use your action to do a perception, so I'm going to leave it up to you to just wing it.
I'll just wing it.
She can deem their different colors, but she can't determine what they are.
Yeah, I gave it too much. My bad.
Yeah, just the closest one.
For colorblind.
Just the one closest to you?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, go for it. So you're going to use your mage hand. I'm going to say do a strength roll on it, and we'll see how successful your mage hand is.
7 plus nothing.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 2 to stop you from pulling it down over her eyes, so now she cannot see. And you watch the magic around you falter a little bit for a moment. Okay. Nice. So now we have Oliver.
Did my jelly bean javelin get big, or is it like now real tiny still?
No, it got big. Everything got big. Yeah. It's all part of it.
Okay, so hopefully the creature carried it too. I'm going to command one of the arms to just peg it at the eye of a witch.
Nice. Go for it. Roll for your hit. It's a
18
massive
plus 5.
Spear. Damn. That is definitely going to hit. Yep. All right. Roll for damage. Are you hitting the same witch that got the hat over, or a different one?
Nah, different one because I want the eyes covered.
Just go straight through a hat into her eye. Can't take the fucking...
Yeah. 4 plus 3.
Okay, so 7 damage. Nice one.
I'm just gonna like whip the hat off the third one. So, like, one's got a javelin in the eye. The other one's got a hat over its eyes. This one's just going to have no hat. Just fucking...
Nice. Alright, go for it.
Fuck's sake. 2.
You whip and it goes way wide. Yeah, doesn't happen. So now it's the witches' turns. I'm going to have... The first one drops their concentration and immediately erupts into flame. Second one, the one who just took the damage, also drops her concentration and turns to water. Fuck. I was expecting them to save a whole lot more, but they were very, very low rolls. It was a 2 and a 3. Alright, the next one. The next one, whilst still concentrating on her spell, is going to walk over and try and swat you guys. Well, you guys are bigger than her. She's just going to try and spear you guys. So she rips the spear out of the now flaming witch, rips it out and goes hurling back towards the monster. With a 19 to hit, so I'm assuming that will hit each and every one of you.
No, AC is 23.
Oh, fair enough. Oh, damn. You've combined AC. And so you guys are going to take... What's the damage on that weapon? I just started rolling. I just realised I don't know it.
Yeah, D6 plus 3, but it's jelly bean and it got flamed. So
it's
now
crystallized.
a hot, sticky mess. Okay.
I was going to say...
So it's going to be 5 plus 3, so 8 damage initially.
Yeah.
And then you're going to take an additional... Let's say it's currently still burning, so it's going to be heat. So another 5.
We don't take fire damage.
Damn you.
So what was it?
Touche.
What was the total?
So it's only 8 bludgeoning, or whatever.
Only
damage type
8,
it was.
he says.
Yeah. Yep. So, how much health did you guys have total left?
I'm full health.
14.
Oh yeah, how'd you get that full health? How'd that happen?
Because I've railed the strange drugs. And they healed me.
Oh yeah, he did do that. He did do that. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, I had 14 until that hit, so I'm on 6.
Okay. Well, 12. Okay. So I'm making that your total of your entire monster. So it was 40 total. So now you're minus 8 off that. So now you're 32 damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
So 32 is your total HP for the whole thing.
couldn't possibly add in all the other gingers.
No, they had 0.
They're on death's door.
Screw you guys.
They rip themselves up into a big monster, so they're dead.
They actually,
They're just
they
screaming-
canonically killed
screaming
themselves to create
consciousness.
this thing. Yes. Yeah. Awesome. All right. So top of the round, Elara. There is now only a single witch. So this is the round number 2, and you see the mayor is now trying to scale the tavern, and he's gotten to the roof of the tavern, and he's just screaming. Yeah, that's about all he's doing right now.
Is he saying words or just screaming in rage?
He's screaming in like a high pitch, like ah, 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 sort of a sound.
Yeah, so we've got like a fire witch and like a water witch, so the other witch must be an earth witch or an air witch. I don't think I have anything that's going to counter any of those witches anyway. Maybe can I Ray of Frosty the Mayor off his weather vane or wherever he is?
You'd have to move your whole thing closer that way.
So I'm not very close. Okay. Oh, well, I'll just Ray of Frosty the Witch then.
Yep. No worries. Go for it.
D20 is 13.
So 15 total. So that's not bad. That'll hit.
4.
All right. 4 damage.
Nice one. All right, Oliver.
So we're large, right? Like considerably large.
Yeah.
I would like to pick the witch up and throw her at the mayor.
Go for it.
If we're gonna be all kaiju, let's be kaiju.
Yeah, why not? Yep. Go for a strength.
So strength?
Yep. Go for a strength.
8 plus 3, 11.
Yeah, look, she only rolled a 5, so you're gonna pick her up. Now roll for like a weapon and like a ranged attack. That's all.
20 plus 2. 18 plus 2.
Damn. Okay. You send this witch hurling into the air at the mayor and hit him as he's like cacaring from the top of the tavern. All right, Saint Dave, I think you're up.
Right, I got wings,
What's up,
don't I?
mayor?
So we're gonna fly over there,
Yep. Do it.
and
You
then,
do it.
if possible, as we fly, I'd just like to try and shove the mayor and the witch off the roof, back into the town to the ground.
Nice. Yeah, go for it. I mean, I'll just give them a dex save. If they don't save, they fall.
Shouldn't the witch have like burst into sand from losing her concentration?
Well, she hasn't had her turn yet to lose concentration. Her turn's coming up, so I don't know yet. Yeah. So the witch doesn't save though, and so with that, her concentration will end as she hits the ground and pops out. The man does
Bonnie.
save though, so he kind of gets nudged a little bit, and that's when he intentionally just dives off the roof, springs out with massive, massive wings, and turns into a very, very, very large, some might even call it humongous, magpie. And so the three witches gone. Suddenly, you three reappear in your human form, but still riding this golem. Because I think that would just be badass for like the final little bit. So you guys are on the back of this golem now, and then you just hear like inside of your head still the golem speaks to you. He's like,
Yeah, see, asshole, like I could totally just let you guys fall right now if I was just being a real dick about it, but yeah, I won't do that for now, but just so you know, I have all the power now, just so you know, guys. You could have been nicer, but you weren't.
I was
Just
nice.
saying.
I was always nice.
I've still got a cup of milk.
I don't really remember.
that would have been handy actually. So, alright. So that happens, and now you guys are human form once more, riding this monstrosity into the battle. Round 3. So at this point, the storm is intensifying. It's almost a whirlwind around you guys now. The pieces of the tavern are crumbling away anyway, so you would have fallen off at this point. The buildings, all of the bakeries, all of those phallic items are now flying around your heads as you guys are in this final showdown with the mayor. At the top of the round is Elara.
I wasn't expecting him to be a bird.
Just put on your ice cream
It's
helmet.
always a bird.
I mean, I don't have much. Can I grab him with my giant golem hands?
You can certainly try. Yeah. What are you going to
You
do?
should have some of your OJ stuff back now that all the witches are done.
Yeah, but she's a rogue.
Yeah.
Stuff was very good. I can do
Oh yeah, it's not very helpful.
prestidigitation and cast some little coloured lights at him, but I don't think that's going to work.
So, Elara,
Sick.
you have your roguish stuff. Whether or not that helps you, I don't know.
Can I disguise self as part of the gingerbread? As part of the golem, so I'm no longer visible on the golem?
Yes.
I slather
I see
myself
why you couldn't do that.
in golem flesh. So I just look like
Start
a
tearing
wart
apart
on the
the
golem.
Nice. Okay. So now you're hidden inside of the golem. Yep. So that happens. Roll a stealth though, because you're doing it right in front of the crow, which is watching you.
I thought it was a magpie.
Magpie. Yes. Sorry, magpie. Canonically magpie. I always get these animals mixed up.
Yeah,
It's not even
swans
a
to geese.
thing.
Just don't give Justin
that one was
birds.
just great. Damn birds.
I roll a 16, and my original rogue has +6 to stealth.
Nice. You disappeared like you weren't even there. Yeah. So you're now invisible to the sort of magpie eye. All right. Is that everything, Elara?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
Oliver.
Oliver.
Can I do Hunter's Mark and then shoot with the longbow?
Go for it. Awesome.
Is that cool?
You
Cool.
do it.
So Hunter's Mark this thing, so it's an extra d6 on a hit. So what am I, +4 to hit? 7, so 11. That's probably not
11?
gonna-
Yeah, it's not going to hit,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Yep.
Rough.
Damn.
Okay.
It just shields with its
That's
wing
right.
and just deflects it immediately. All right. St. Dave.
Alright, so how far is the magpie from the golem?
Not far. You could reach it if you needed to.
Okay, so I'm going to run up one of the raised parts of the legs and just jump off it onto the magpie with both daggers outstretched.
Nice. That's sick.
So this is either going to go
This is
great or terribly.
This is an all-in effort here.
Fuck it.
Awesome.
What do you need from
You
me?
guys are like some 80 feet in the air right now. Massive jump. You manage to talk through the jump into the gingerbread golem's head, and it moves itself up higher, so you've got the height advantage, and then you just go diving off of the top of the golem towards the magpie's head. Give me an acrobatics or an athletics. I don't really care which one you do, because
Yeah.
it's similar.
I'll just go acrobatics.
Yep.
Fuck me, a nat 1 +5, so 6.
Oh no. That is rough as shit. You go running up the whatever head this thing has. Just as you're about to leap off this heroic move, you trip over the 12-footer with that little bend. The tiny bend of the 12-footer is what finally foul you, and you trip hard. Your daggers go flying up into the air above your head as you begin to somersault down towards the city. You barely even scrape the ground, just enough for you to crack your skull open, but then you get lifted into the air as the storm throws you up into the air, back towards the daggers, and both of them land into your face as you start to somersault around into the tornado. So you have died on impact as you get thrown into the storm.
I guess that +5 didn't do much.
Oh my god, Justin. Yeah.
This is fucking revenge.
Unfortunately,
Wow.
I killed him one time in Cyberpunk.
One time. All right, so this is round 4.
Wow.
Round 4, everything is swirling now. You can barely even control yourselves, or the golem itself can barely even stay in the air. Even the magpie, even though it's suited to this environment that it's in, can't stay in the one spot. They're basically you're riding this storm out, so now you're encircling each other without even meaning to, in this wild anime style sort of a fight. In the town, there's nothing left of the town. The entire town has been torn up off the ground, and even the ground itself is just swirling around you right now as you guys throw down for the final round. So, Elara.
Did you not want the magpie to have a turn?
Oh, thank you. I forgot to write him down because he changed. Yeah, thanks. I'll do that. I'll do that right now, actually. It's going to go clawing for the big golem with both of its talons. So it's going to do a double talon attack. And one of those talons is going to hit.
Excellent. Hellish Rebuke. As a reaction.
What does it do? It reduces by...
You point your finger at a creature that has damaged you. It's momentarily surrounded by hellish flames. The creature
Not
must make a
damaging you,
dexterity
it's
saving.
damaging the golem. So the golem takes 8 damage.
I'm part of the golem.
You're on top of the golem now, so... Sorry,
Rough.
bud. Yeah, so the golem is down to 24 health at this point. Now it's Elara's turn.
Alright, so I'm stealthed. I have a short bow. And I also have something called sneak attack, where once per turn I can deal an extra 2d6 damage to one creature. if I have an
That is
advantage on the attack roll.
Yep.
So I want to do that.
Go for it. You have all of those things lined up, and you can either use a ranged because its head is so high up, or you could use a close range because its talons are right in front of you.
I think I want to do a range, because I want to shoot for its magpie eye.
Go for it. Awesome. Aim for the eye then.
Okay, so 15 plus. What am I adding to it?
It already hits, so it's all good. So you nail this thing in the eye. What's the damage?
So 2d6s. I rolled a 5 and a 6. Wow. I rolled an 8. It's amazing.
Damn.
I'm really good at this.
So you just did a total of 19 damage to the magpie straight through its eye. Yeah. So its eye is entirely annihilated. You watch as this thing sort of flies around with only half of its vision now. It's bumping into bits of debris. The bits of debris are now taking it for its own ride. It's actually flightless at this point. It can't fly itself. It's just getting carried around in the storm. Oliver.
Yeah, so I'll go the longbow, I guess. I'll just shoot the damn thing while it's getting dragged around. And I got Hunter's Mark on that, so if it hits, I don't know why I'm rolling a real dice. 15.
Okay, that'll hit.
Apparently my dice has been turned in... D&D Beyond has turned it into sparkly red stuff. 7 damage plus a d6. The Hunter's Mark is 4.
4 damage.
On 7, so 11.
Oh, 11. Nice. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So I was just aiming for... It's got no wings. I probably didn't get a high enough roll to aim very well, hey. Like 15. That's fine. I just hit it wherever
it hits, so wherever you want to hit it.
Yeah. Just try and shoot it in the, like, crutch above the leg. Just try to disable it. Since it can't use its wings. Let's take out a leg.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, you disable the magpie, which is now somewhat blinded and disabled. I would say it's St. Dave's turn, but it's not because he's dead. Just a reminder.
It's just,
Dave.
I'm
his
just
body
gonna
flies
use
fast.
my movement to float around.
The pieces of St. Dave float around and knock into some things. Those things
Pieces
then
of-
knock into Magpie. Well, yeah, he's just getting eviscerated now by all this debris flying around.
As if like the
Yeah.
remnants of his body aren't trying to snort the snowstorm. Like, come on.
St.
He
Dave's
doesn't even
way.
need to.
It's what he would have wanted.
He doesn't even need to snort it. It's already running into his veins because they're exposed.
Fucking hell.
He'd be fine with this.
Yeah, totally. All right.
Yeah,
So,
magpie.
Magpie's turn. It's going to attempt to somehow maneuver its way towards the golem. I don't exactly know how. I'm going to give it total disadvantage on everything it's trying to do, which is a 6 and then a 6, so it doesn't come anywhere near you guys at all as it tries to claw around and try and, like, with its one working talon. And the storm rolls on. You guys find it harder and harder to breathe because of the intense icing sugar mixture that's just flowing around you. You can barely keep your consciousness at this point. The last sight you see is the magpie just getting torn apart by flying debris. You hear the cheers of all of the gingies inside of this golem as it sort of gets hit and knocked about, but still alive. You guys are coughing and choking on all of this icing sugar. It's quite sickening, and you also see a absolutely giant eye tower over the entire town, larger than the storm, larger still than the sun over you. Then it's everything to you, and then darkness. So then the grey-bearded wizard sets down the snow globe labelled Frostfall at White Ridge with a chuckle. "How much for this one?" he asked the store clerk. "Oh, that one? Well, it's a little wacky. I'll let it go for, let's say an even gold. Like, the heroes kind of win and stuff. It's one of those stories." "Why not? 'Tis the season after all." The grey-bearded man flicks the store clerk a gold, picks up the snow globe and heads out into the streets whistling a tune as he goes on his merry way. The end.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Merry Christmas? I died for Christmas.
And so our heroes vanquish their foes. Their plight is not quite known, as they are carried away in the hands of an old man to be stored on a shelf in his home.